and manage your diabetes as easy as
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. Todd.
This isn't Vietnam, it's radio.
Hahn.
I mean, he had a handful of twig and berries.
And Rosenberg.
Everything about it was pure, unadulterated ASS.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Todd, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3:01 in the big city. With Peter Rosenberg, I'm Alan Hahn. 2 weeks off vacation.
How's it feel?
Felt like it wasn't enough.
Yeah? You were starting to get in the groove right when it ended?
Yeah. Literally.
People say 2 weeks.
And when I say
what you
groove,
need.
I mean that groove in the couch that you find and you just fall into like each day.
You weren't straight home the whole time, though, right?
I was in parts unknown.
I don't know what knows that means.
Yeah, that's fine. I was here, there, and everywhere. And
more here than there, or more everywhere?
Yeah, more here than there.
More here than there.
But it was, for me also, it was just spending as much time with my older kids because one by one now, they're all going in their separate ways. So it was that was the quality time part of it, was to make sure that I got as much time with them because the previous 3 months, as you know, for me was just a lot of dad in the city and not home.
Yeah.
So it was a great time, but yeah, it was certainly not long enough. But there is still time left in the Major League Baseball trade deadline.
Less than 3 hours.
That is correct. 6 p.m. Eastern, and we already have breaking news presented by Boost Mobile.
Okay.
And that breaking news is that Adley Rutschman, you remember the three-time All-Star catcher from your Baltimore Orioles.
Basically,
he has been traded.
The consistent star for those the last few years.
Switch-hitting catcher. Certainly would be usable for the Yankees, who were looking for someone of his ilk.
He did not go to the Yankees.
He did not go to the Yankees. Jeff Passan reporting that he is heading to the Boston Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a tough one. They're sending the Red Sox are sending a bunch of prospects. Rutschman will be going to a Red Sox team that feels like they just don't lose anymore.
No.
They're on a heater.
Talking about going for it. They've been going for it.
Yeah, since June. They swept the Yankees and haven't looked back ever since. So I'm frustrated by that news, but Cashman still has 3 hours to get the right-hand hitting catcher that he's been searching for. Rutschman would have been a nice fit. He has been banged up this year a lot. Maybe there's a risk there. I don't know, but that does feel like Boston seemed to want to go for it. And if you're the Yankees and you're like, look, we don't want him going to Boston, they're on our heels right now. 2 games back in the loss column. You would want to make sure they don't get him if you really wanted him. But they stepped aside and let him go up 95 to Boston instead. And so we'll see what the Yankees do as an answer to that. That's breaking news presented by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, for life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com.
Well, are you feeling today with what the Yankees have done so far? Are they doing anything to show you they're going for something? Or is it sort of the half-assing it? No, we're going for it. We're seeing what's out there. We're efforting. We're having conversations. What's it feeling like?
Yeah, the second part. I mean, there's an efforting. We're having conversations. Look, Luis Garcia Jr.'s that's not nothing.
Right. That's an actual
bat. One of the hottest bats in baseball, and they definitely needed to get another bat in that lineup. Now, again, it's not the righty bat you're looking for, but it does free up some things. Now Goldschmidt doesn't have to play every day because we saw it really start to wear down on him. It's better. He was brought in to be a part-time player and to be a supporting cast guy. Bring him in for defense later in a game, matchups against righties, all the things that you're looking for. But he wasn't supposed to play every day. This now kind of frees that up and allows them to be a better balanced lineup. And when they're whole, which, of course, we'll get to that in a minute, who knows if they ever will be. But when they're whole, then they'll still that's another really strong bat, a guy who has really been producing now for the last 2 months. So I think there's an effort, and there's still 3 hours for Cashman to make a move. You need a catcher. Clearly, it's what they've been talking about. They have to get one. Rushman would have been an interesting one, although, again, would you be giving up a lot of prospects for a guy who comes in with the wrist sprain that he'd be coming back from, but you don't know what condition he's going to be in? I mean, he had all kinds of stuff happen this year. He's been out 3 times now. He's been out this year with injuries. So were they hesitant to be all in on that, feeling like we could still get what we need and not have to give up as much?
Right.
That's what, again, that's 3 hours. But at 6 o'clock, all bets are off, Pete. I mean, all bets are off. I'm sorry. David Stearns being bad at his job has helped Brian Cashman kind of skate through this year. The injuries are also the excuse. And I know already the feedback you're going to get from Cashman after 6 o'clock today will be how, we're going to get Bellinger back. We're going to get Rodon back. We're going to get, Stanton. He's going to take some swings. Judge coming back. That's like adding players at the deadline. You're going to get that. Like we've been treading water. We've been fine. We've been hanging in there, getting through it. We got to get through. Our pitching has been great. Our starting pitching has been great.
It's just like adding players at the deadline.
And
Except they're
adding
already
players.
your players, and they're 6 weeks after the deadline.
Yeah, that's it. We're adding players that were already on the roster but haven't played half the year.
And yeah, it's going to be a month after the deadline.
But that's what I'll add. Again, 800-919-3776. And we'll get to the Mets, but I don't know how much they really deserve your attention. But I just feel like the Yankee thing comes back to this. Are they really banking on getting healthy at the right time, which is the only time that matters in Yankee land? Is that really all this is going to be if there is not anything more done here at the deadline? They flirted with the idea of Mason Miller. That was fun for a minute, but you had a feeling that was going to be a big reach, going to cost a lot. And Bednar's he's been fine. He's actually been better of late. What you really need is still maybe one set of like the Mets have Luke Weaver on the table. I don't know why you're not trying to get him. Why wouldn't you want to bring him back? So that that's something to look at. But the catching situation, as we know, bottom of the order, as we know, those are things you've got to watch.
Oh, and now some borderline breaking news presented by Boost Mobile.
Even more.
Apparently, your and my Pittsburgh Pirates are closing in to a deal with Luke Weaver. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Weaver's going there.
That's the conversation.
How about the Pirates, by the way?
How about the Pirates?
Normally not buyers. But they also are probably thinking about what's coming on the other side of collective bargaining.
How far are they out of the wild card?
Isn't that right in it?
They are 3.5 out of the wild card.
Right there.
All right, close enough. If you're not going to have a season next year,
I know
you got to give it a shot.
Well, also, if you are going to be building towards something going forward, that's also something that they need to start doing that because they are among the franchises that the owners are going to look at and say, not only are we getting the cap, we're getting a floor, and your ass better be over it, right? Like you can't operate now at a shoestring budget, just keep throwing your hands up, selling off all your prospects every year because you don't want to pay anybody. Like that's got to stop. And with a guy like Paul Skeens, it better stop soon because you don't want to lose a guy like him. But I don't know what the Yankee plan is because all we're seeing is a Luis Garcia move that was one of those like, okay, it's a bat. It's not really a need, but it's still a bat that it gives them offense.
Why not a need?
Well, it's a need right now because of the injuries.
I was going to say they score 2 runs a game.
That's what
every single game.
They have. I think it's since June 1st. They've been scoring since Judge went out. They've been averaging less than 4 runs a game.
Here's what I noticed about the Yankees: when they win, it's 2-0. When they lose, it's 4-2. You know what's consistent? The 2.
Yes,
that's like it's 2 to 3 runs. By the way, it's official. Weaver to Pittsburgh. Okay. That is breaking news presented by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month, forever, for life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com.
Wow. Okay, so Weaver, another player that could have.
Now that was something
a nice piece.
That would have been a nice little something.
Yeah, but for the Mets, they just keep breaking it up. See, Weaver's a guy too from the Mets side. I mean, did you have to move him unless they got some good prospects?
Well, that's
I
what
got a theory on what the Mets are doing.
Yeah, but that is always like on a broader level. I always wonder. You want to start over again. Do you need to get rid of everything?
Everyone.
Like, if you're not getting good stuff back, you might want to have a few good players on the team.
All right, I got a theory.
Okay.
Just a quick sidebar on the Mets. Theory is this. They are gathering all the prospects they can get.
Okay.
All the little pieces they can get. Because they know on the other side of a new collective bargaining agreement, there's probably going to be teams that have to dump players, get rid of contract. And you want to have as much, quote-unquote, cash, if you know what I mean. Like if they want to have the assets that they could use to acquire players. And that's what you do right now. You get as many prospects as you can, build it up so that you know there might be one or two players that come free on the other side that you would be more than willing to take on, and you'll have more prospects to do it.
All right.
So if again, I don't think they gave Weaver away. I don't know what the deal is exactly, but if they get two quality prospects, those are all assets that they will use to rebuild the team on the other side. The question is, do you really trust David Stearns to be that guy to rebuild the team? Cohen says yes, but we'll see.
Well, and if they're doing what you're saying, Alan, that means not only is Stearns the guy, but he's the one collecting the money for the groceries that he may not buy for 2 years.
I know.
This could be a long.
Oh yeah.
You're talking about a long-term play.
Yeah. This is not like, they're going to rebuild in December. We don't know when they're going to have baseball. We don't know when it's going to happen, which again brings us back to the Yankees. When you don't know that, what do you do? Do you go for it, or do you say, Judge is compromised? We have no idea what he's going to be. Why would we give up a lot of pieces, prospects, that we need in 2027, in 2028? Why would we do that and go for it a year? Like, if Judge was healthy, I think maybe they'd be more aggressive. Maybe they would go for Rushman at that point, thinking, we're going to load up and go after the Dodgers. We know we can take the American League. But the Red Sox are the team that is looking at it this year and saying, we are on such a heater right now. Don would call it a toot. That they're on such a run right now that you've got to invest in this because tomorrow's not promised. You have no idea what the league is going to look like on the other side. So the Red Sox can look at it as our fortunes turned suddenly. Alex Cora was fired. Everybody thought that whole thing was going to come crashing down. It did not. So they have a different attitude because of the way things went for them. They got healthy, and they started winning at a high rate, and now they are a machine. They just swept the Dodgers. So is the Judge injury sort of hanging over this franchise as a warning of, guys, like without him, we can't really be a go-for-it team. We'll compete, but we can't be a go-for-it team. Is that the right attitude to have? Because of his,
you can't say if it's right or wrong because there are a lot of people out there who would say if you look around, you could think this is as good a shot as they'll have even without Judge, just because of what the AL is right now.
Right. Well,
so it's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
I know that's not the answer anyone wants, but we really you can't be sure. The weirdest part to me is, and you were talking about this before we got on the air, and I think with good reason. The story here is what is up with Judge.
That is.
Like, it was right after the All-Star break that they said, hey, we checked him out. We're going to check again shortly. Well, we're now in August. So are we checking again? What's going on?
And we heard middle of August might be the next time we check in.
But if we're not checking in, then it's obviously more serious than...
Well, they have to let it rest. We've heard the little things. We've heard drips and drabs about it, right? We've heard it's feeling better. Look, the good news is he's around the team. But you don't know anything. My biggest concern about Judge, and I said this 2 weeks ago before I left, and I'll keep saying it because I think it's true. I think the Aaron Judge story with the Yankees is one to be very careful with if you're a Yankees fan. Because the Yankees are going to be, at worst, a wild card team, right? Pretty much that's what you can expect. They're going to be a wild card team. They have the pitching to be really competitive. I think, look, what you're seeing from Garrett Cole is an ace. Bulldog. Love it, right? Fried. Schlittler. You've got three guys right now. Now, Rodon might, return and be a nice fourth piece, but they've got three guys right now that are absolute killers, and I love it. And that gives you a reason to believe you could be a team that could play for a championship. And all you're saying is, if we can get this lineup healthy, it could be a dangerous lineup. Because when healthy, I'm talking about Stanton, I'm talking about Judge, along with Bellinger, along with now they added Garcia, who's a terrific bat. with Rice. Jazz when he's right. Hasn't been right all the time, but when he's right. Caballero, tough on the base path. Like, you've got guys that you could be a good offense when healthy. The problem is, when they get healthy, what version of Judge are you getting? Because we know what's going to happen. With this pitching staff, you could be in these 2-1 games, 1-0 games. Judge at the plate, and he's going 0 for 3 with a walk and 3 strikeouts because he came back in mid-September, and he only had 2 weeks to get himself into rhythm, to see pitches. He's not playing the outfield, so all he can do is DH. And he doesn't come through, and you lose in the playoffs. Are people going to say, well, you got to give Judge a pass. He missed all that time, with the rib. Or is he going to get eviscerated as he failed the Yankees once again in the postseason? What's the narrative going to be?
It's a really good
which
point.
is fair.
That's and the other sort of sneaky storyline here is the one Judge negative that had kind of gone to bed was the health thing.
Right.
That was such an early Judge conversation that faded. It was like, well, he's always good.
Yep.
He plays 140 games. But now, what are we looking at? What's our best case scenario for games this season?
I don't know. No,
it could end up being like half the season, 90 games.
You got to understand, it's when he gets back. You just brought it up. We're in August now, and there's no word. So it doesn't mean all of a sudden he's just going to jump into the lineup in the middle of the month. He's going to need ramp up. He's going to need all this extra time. Are they even going to dare to put him in the field? Because that's how he got it hurt, right? Diving for the ball. Do you put him in the field? Because you know he's going to give you his all. And if you don't have him in the field and he's your DH, what's Stanton now?
I was about to say, but you can't do that.
No.
He has to play.
That's what I mean. So Stanton now will be healthy, but what, pinch hitter? Pinch hitter now?
Stanton has to DH. If you think of what they've been as an offense in the playoffs for the last 5 years, right. Stanton has to be every day.
Which is why then, at some point before October begins, Judge will have to play the outfield. That means he has to feel like it won't be hurt again, because Judge is not the type of player who's going to pull up on a looping fly ball that he'll have to run or dive to catch. He's not pulling up. Oh, I can't dive for that. His instinct will make him dive, right? So he's going to have to be completely, fully clear. No, you cannot re-injure it. And that's something, of course, that you can't guarantee. So the Aaron Judge part of this whole conversation, to me, is something that is hanging over the franchise. Right now, we are Brian Cashman's in the crosshairs, as he should be, because he's got less than 3 hours now to figure out one of the bigger issues on the team, which is right-handed catcher. Need one. Got to get one. Your biggest rival that is nipping at your heels just got one. A 3-time All-Star. What are you doing? So he's right now dealing with that. But when we get later in the year, the Judge story becomes bigger than anything. Because without Judge, the Yankees could still be competitive, but they're not a championship caliber team. But if Judge is back, and I don't think it's a guarantee that he's back, but if he's back, what version of Judge are you getting? And what's fair expectations for him when you get it? Compared to the Rays have been consistently good all year, and the Red Sox for the last 2 months have been an absolute juggernaut and look like they want to go for it. That's the question that I'm asking. 800-919-3776. So, the Major League Baseball trade deadline is in less than 3 hours. The Yankees have made one move. The Mets are making all kinds of moves, and they are tearing it down. As they should, by the way. That's happening. We will keep an eye on everything that is happening at the deadline. All the breaking news you will get right here the minute it happens. Also, of course, training camp. The Giants have pads on today. Shoulder pads, the whole thing.
Woo!
What do they call it? Right? Like it's
pads?
Pads are popping. You can hear it popping. Like this is the practice now where it starts to get a little more real football, although we know it's not quite real football.
Let the boy watch.
Right, it's time to let the boy watch.
Yeah, that's exactly. This is the best time when it starts to get real. It's August now.
Let them learn the way I learned, the way my father learned from his father.
Yay!
Are they still in West Virginia? They are, right?
Yeah.
West Virginia. Like, I know it's humid, hot, and gross here right now today and the last couple of days. I can't imagine what it's like in West Virginia on that open field. Middle of the day. Pads on.
Well, I can tell you what it's like in Minneapolis versus New York. Please stop talking to me about New York is in bad shape, people. I encourage you to go to other downtowns across the country.
As far as yeah.
Bro, it's The Walking Dead. And that's
I agree.
By the way, I like Minneapolis. Outskirts of Minneapolis, really cool. Minneapolis, Atlanta.
I've been
Chicago. All the downtowns in this country, it's like The Walking Dead in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to tell you, New York, relative, it's at least human life is going on still.
No,
it's a different animal out in these random cities. I saw crazy things. I had a 6 a.m. flight, so you're driving at like 4:45 in the morning. Alan, it was like it was like I was watching World Star. It was just crazy things are happening out there. But made it back in. To your point about the weather, it's been nasty.
Yeah.
I was worried I wouldn't be with you at all today, but here we are.
You landed.
I landed, and everything was getting canceled. All the LaGuardia flights were getting canceled because of the rain this morning.
Yeah, it was bad. It
was bizarre though. I'm waiting to get the cancellation. It never comes. Then we're on time. Then we take off on time, which these days taking off on time, even with the best
Did
weather.
everybody clap?
And then
everybody claps when you land.
I know now.
Everybody does. Now you clap when you took off on time. Like,
well, this is amazing.
We're in the air.
And then we finally land. They gave us so many warnings about turbulence. Started freaking me out.
Yeah,
because I know what the weather is.
Yep.
And then we land on the tarmac at Newark, and it's terrible out, and we landed completely on time. There was something in the air for us to make magic today. That's what I'm saying.
Look at you landing on time. Look at you. All right, we got calls to get to at 800-919-3776 to get your thoughts on the Yankees, the Mets, the trade deadline, and more. All that coming up with us on Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn, paycheck after paycheck, and you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino & Associates has the experience to win, and we win. A lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite Back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates. We win. A lot.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Buster only joins us. Who's a team in the American League right now that should scare Yankees fans a little bit?
All of them. There's so much parity in the American League, it's kind of crazy. So if you told me that the Yankees reached the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked. And if you told me they got knocked out in the first round, that wouldn't shock me either. I don't think they have any idea what they're going to get out of Judge and Stan the rest of the year. Like none.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com CityHarvest.com, protecting your home inside and out.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. We've got a problem spot on the belt eastbound in Queens. Crash over by Springfield Boulevard. You're jammed there and backed up to JFK. Westbound belt, much lighter than normal. Approaching the Verrazano in Brooklyn. Nice and quiet from Flatbush Avenue. You pick up some slowdowns on the Staten Island Expressway westbound. A bit bunched up heading over to the West Shore. Heading over to the outbound George, heaviest ride, Cross Bronx westbound, packed from the Bronx River Parkway. Not too bad on the Henry Hudson and West Side Highway heading in that direction. Inbound George, some road work on the upper deck, just about 5 minutes from 8095. Outbound Lincoln and Helen tunnels, 10 to 15 minutes each. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's just a different time now. And we keep saying this, Peter.
I can't wait to get it on.
Who sings this?
The Mary Jane Girls.
Yeah, let her do it.
Oh, that's what I heard. Different time.
We're so used to the Yankees being the evil empire. Like, that was the thing. And every year at the trade deadline, or every year in the winter, there's enough frustration. The Soto thing probably was the final sword, right? Has to be. Where it's just, they're just not. They're not. The Dodgers are. And
right.
Other teams are willing to be active participants, aggressive. Look, fans get excited at the trade deadline because of the opportunity, the possibilities, what could happen to really take your team from one level to another. And when you hesitate or when you just pass, the Yankees have, and I should say that Cashman has clung to prospects like they are precious metals. And you really can't name many prospects that you've heard about over the years that then have flourished and turned into great players. And so it cannot be something that is received with frustration every year when they don't land a big fish or they aren't the kings of the deadline. But yet we fall for it every year. We look for, we hear about all the rumors, and then it doesn't happen. And every year it's the same guy, Brian Cashman. And every year he has his explaining and his reasons. But it's not what it used to be, but we still can't let go of it because of the brand. It's the biggest brand in baseball. It's one of the biggest brands in sports. And yet they don't act the way we're used to them acting. And that's what's frustrating about a day like today. Although there's still 2.5 hours to change that feeling. 800-919-3776. Let's get some calls in here. Ross in West Point will start us off. Hey, Ross.
Hey, you guys are the goods. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for calling.
So I've just been on hold for a little bit. I just had this epiphany. I'm going to have to pull over at some point and clean that up. But my thought was, do you think the Yankees, by not making a move, are making a statement about the health of Aaron Judge? Like, if the Yankees knew that Aaron Judge is going to be back and going to be fine, would they make more moves or would they make less moves? And that's where I'm a little stuck, because I'm not exactly sure. Like, this, what they're not doing or what they are doing, I think has a lot to do with Judge and whether he's coming back or not.
That's literally what Ross, like what I was saying before we went to break.
Yeah, exact same.
It just feels like the Judge thing hangs over this franchise. And if he was healthy, if he, like, let's say he had this thing, but he was back already from it, would they be more aggressive? Would they say, all right, you know what, we're going for it? Or does his injury make them feel like we don't know what version we're going to get of him in the playoffs, and we're going to give up future prospects, players that could be ready by 27 or 28, that we might need in this new era where we might have a salary cap, to go for it this year, to not have to have a compromised Aaron Judge and a Stanton who's going to be a pinch hitter.
But by the way, if Judge was playing, we don't know what they'd be doing and whether they think they didn't have to make moves. Maybe their offense doesn't look like pure hot garbage if Judge is playing.
It's good. Well, I think the catcher thing was always going to be.
But they'd have to do something.
Yeah, that was one area you kind of knew. But I don't. Yeah,
it certainly changes though what your perspective is.
Like Garcia is it's a good bat to add to the lineup, but was it an area of need? It was only because Goldschmidt was playing too much. You don't need him playing that much. It wasn't good for him, and it wasn't good for your lineup. So this allows you to have a little more now wiggle room at first base, at DH, at catcher, whatever. So, but that doesn't feel like the priority move, but they made it. Probably looked at it as a value move, and it certainly is. The guy's been fantastic this year, and you've got him for a couple of years. But the catcher thing is something that I'm still watching, and what they're going to do there, the righty catcher. Because the lineup is heavy lefty. We know how teams stack up against them. They know exactly how to play them. And in playoffs, that's always been the thing with the Yankees. Everybody just seems to know how to shut down that lineup. But if Judge, as he just mentioned, if Judge is not himself, no one is going to give him a break. Nobody's going to say, well, he missed so much of the year with that injury. No one. They're just going to throw their hands up and go, there goes Judge again in October. Can't trust him. Right?
It's possible.
And that's not fair, but it's real. Let's go to Flavio in Bushwick. Flav.
Hey, how's it going, Alan? What's going on, Peter?
Yo.
Hey, so I have 2 points. One, about the Mets. I understand why they're trying to, eliminate a lot of the players that they have now, just because they're trying to collect pieces, because we don't know what's going to happen for next year. But it just frustrates me to see that the Mets GM trades away Brandon Sproat, Jet Williams for Freddie Peralta for 22 starts. What kills me, and I know Don's on the same boat too, is the whole thank you, Freddie. Because what are we saying thank you for? Like, this guy has like almost a 5 ERA. I hate when teams do that.
Flavio,
Flavio,
it's like year. You were in our group chat today. I swear to God, Flavio, I swear to God, I saw that tweet by the Mets, and they're not the only ones that do it. Everybody does this. It's in sports. It's maddening. They do a thank you tweet. And thanks for the call. They do a thank you tweet, Peter, for a player that was there for like 5 minutes. Thank you. For what?
Taking money.
Jeremy Sohan. Thank you. You know what? Jeremy Sohan should say thank you.
That's right.
The Knicks should go, you're welcome, with a picture of Jeremy Sohan with the championship trophy. You're welcome. Like, the Mets should say you're welcome.
That's correct.
We gave you a ton of money. You did nothing.
What should there be a standard? What should the line be?
I think it's if you contributed to something, if you did something.
Like either you were a part of something special that happened.
Yeah, at a moment.
Or nothing special happened, but you were really good. Like really, really
Stand
good.
Up. Look, first of all, you get a thank you if you've been here for more than 2 years. Less than 2 years, you can't get a thank you.
I don't even know if 2 years.
You think 2 years?
Shouldn't be.
More?
It should be more.
3 years.
Sure.
Can I give you 3 years? You get a thank you because you put in some time. You've been here. You were here for a couple of years.
But what if you're like literally end of the bench for 3 years? You didn't really do anything. You just kind of collected money.
I would think you'd have to be somebody that played every day. You're not getting a thank you if you were like a bullpen guy that was barely used. I just feel like that's like, do fans really need to see the thank you tweet? You ever look at the comments on the thank you tweets?
Yeah, I'm
hilarious.
sure it's not great.
Oh my God, they're hilarious. Every time you see one from a team that had a player that you know was a disaster with that franchise, and then they let him go, and it's just, thank you, whoever. It's just, for what?
Yeah, you're just setting the person up.
What are we thanking Freddie Peralta for? For what? What did he do? What did he give you? What was his Met moment? Did he have one?
No.
He's
been a Met during one of the worst moments for the Mets.
I'm telling you, there was how about Brazaban? Brazaban got a thank you. I saw that one too earlier today. Thank you.
A generic thank you? Like, what do they say? Just like, hey, thanks, pal.
It all says the same thing. They have his picture, and it just says thank you with his name.
Okay,
and it's like, I just feel like you're trolling fans when you do that. You know what you could do? Instead of tweeting it, send them a card. A little more personal.
I think the Don thank you is all they need. One more time for me.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
Actually, that's all you need. You know the cards? Remember the old days? You open the card, it has a button that says press this, and you could record a message.
Thank you.
That's what we do. We just make a bunch of cards, has a Met logo on the front, open it up, press this button, and you hear Don.
Thank you.
Napalm, thank you very much for your service to me.
That is the better way to thank a player. Adam in New Jersey. Adam, what do you got?
What's up, guys? Just to piggyback on what you just said, what they should do for people that do nothing is they could send them that same card, and when they press the button, they could play Michael K's drop of "See ya," and it could be that simple and over with. It could be gone there. Hey, listen, if you guys give me half a second here, I want to talk about the Yankees, and maybe, just maybe, okay, maybe they're smarter than we give them credit for, all right? And I'm going to tell you how. Maybe they have a backup plan. Now, I know that Jack Curry has said they don't intend to catch Ben Rice. Right. Understood. Right. I think a big part of that has been because to keep him fresh, keep him hitting, all the stuff that he's been doing. They have no bats. They need him to hit. However, if they don't get a catcher today, I think they already have a timeline with Judge. And I'm going to guess by the type of injury it is, if they're being honest about it, you're going to see him start playing first week of September. When he starts playing first week of September, Stan's also going to be coming back. Bellinger will probably already be back. Don't be shocked if for the last 3 weeks of the season, you see Ben Rice catch some to get him ready for the playoffs. Now, listen to this lineup. If they don't get a catcher and they go this route, Grissom, Judge, Rice, Stanton, Garcia, Chisholm, Bellinger, McMahon, Caballero. That is not a bad lineup, guys. It's really not. And that's only if they're willing to do that with Rice. And it could be something in the back of their head. They're saying, okay, if we don't get a catcher, we didn't exhaust them all year, but we're going to get them ready in September for the playoff run. It's a distinct possibility, I think. Thanks for your time, guys. Appreciate you taking the call.
All right, Adam. Yeah, I mean, you got to put any type of thought into it that you can. And that's when they're fully healthy. And I wonder, how do you know they're ever going to be fully healthy this year? How do you really know that's what they're going to be, is fully healthy? Because you just said Stanton and Judge, meaning Judge would be in right field where he normally would be when he's fully healthy. But if he's got a rib thing and it's that delicate that he had to miss 3 months, wouldn't you worry about him straining it, throwing the ball, diving for the ball, crashing into the wall, whatever it is, because you can't afford to lose him again. So it's to me, that's what's hanging over this whole thing. Now, Rice catching it still doesn't address the lineup issue. But Jack Curry did say that that's not the plan.
He is someone who should come in right away and be an impact bat.
How will the Yankees deploy him? That's what remains to be seen. I know there's probably a segment of the Yankee universe who would say, they could put Garcia at first and then put Ben Rice behind the plate, and they haven't been getting a lot of offense from their catchers. That's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. The Yankees have made that clear since spring training. Ben Rice is not suddenly, in August, going to become a catcher. They're happy with what their catchers have done defensively, not offensively.
Not offensively, which is the key, which is why for Brian Cashman, the clock is ticking to fix that problem. 800-919-3776. We'll get more of your calls, but, hey, I want to tell you about Rings End because the project at my house I've been telling you about is done.
Whoa!
I'll show you video.
Hold on.
It came out really good. Very excited. But the centerpiece of the whole thing are these gorgeous French doors that I got from Rings End. Now, Rings End has an extensive inventory of built-to-last high-end product lines that contractors like my guy, Michael Weldon, and his son, Zach, who did all the work, and it came out gorgeous, by the way, they rely on this stuff. So you get your contractor to reach out to Rings End, and they work together to come up with the best solutions for you when you have a home improvement project or you want to update or upgrade anything around your house. I'm talking about doors, windows, kitchens, all the things that you would need. They have it all. And they are, by the way, a local business. They have 8 full-service lumber yards in Connecticut and Westchester County and 12 freestanding paint centers as well. Rings End family-owned and operated since 1902. That's 124 years in business to you and me. They have deep Northeast roots. They support local builders and communities. They are a company you can trust. I did, so you can too. Now, if you can't make it to any of their stores, you can always shop online at ringsend.com. That's ringsend.com. So more of your calls coming up. We keep an eye on the Major League Baseball trade deadline. And, of course, everything going on the gridiron. The Jets and the Giants, a very busy weekend for both teams as training camps are underway. It is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
This is the Michael K. Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote-unquote good years, the injury-decimated Yankees play those teams, and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's not true. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Forget the couch. Go to that thing. Play the game. See them in person. Talk to that stranger. Live a little. Small acts of rebellion that bring us together. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is the Ty Butler Show.
George Lombard Jr. has to get called up. Once he graduates to the next league, he struggles a bit. And so, with that being the case, if you're the Yankees, you now give him 2 months to figure out those struggles in preparation for what should be big-time at-bats for him come October.
The Ty Butler Show. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
Thanks again for taking me to the game, man. I can't wait to get in there. By the way, what's in the bag?
Oh, I bring my own hot dog and peanuts. Saves a ton.
Savvy. And what about the beach chairs?
Why buy seats when you can save big and bring your own?
We can't get in without tickets.
Tickets? What do you think the portable TV is for?
Don't save money pretending to go to the game. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Buster only joins us. Who is a team in the American League right now that should scare Yankees fans a little bit?
All of them. There's so much parity in the American League, it's kind of crazy. So if you told me that the Yankees reached the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked. And if you told me they got knocked out in the first round, that wouldn't shock me either. I don't think they have any idea what they're going to get out of Judge and Stan the rest of the year. Like none.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
All right, so you just heard Buster there from this morning. And that's what we've been saying. Maybe part of this, the Yankees not looking like they're as aggressive as Boston has been, as obviously the Dodgers are always going to be aggressive. And maybe it's just as simple as that. They have no idea what they're going to get with Aaron Judge. But we do know what Boston had to give up to get Adley Rutschman, who the Yankees did have interest in, but the Red Sox swooped in and outbid them. Red Sox gave up.
All right.
I mean, if I name names, Peter, you're going to look at me like, who the hell is this? Right? Let's all live in this world that it's very difficult to keep up unless you are really a diehard fan.
Sure.
Prospects.
And with prospects?
Yeah. Like, I'm going to name names. You're like
Red Sox prospects?
Some guys are single A, double A. Like, look, you want to call in and tell us about these players because you put in that kind of work, that you go to these games, whatever it is. God bless you. Do it. I'll give you the stage. But I'm just going to tell you what they rank in Boston's system.
That's better.
All right. So they're sending a pitcher who's their number 2 prospect. And he's a top 50 overall. All right, Major League Baseball. They sent a prospect, another pitcher, who's the number 4 prospect. So they're number 2 and they're number 4. So 2 of their top 4 prospects they sent for a guy who's 28, 3-time All-Star, been hurt, has another year under contract. And then they sent the number 5 prospect. So now 3 of the top 5.
Hahn shown.
And then number 17.
Have his leg.
That's not who they sent.
I don't.
They didn't send Tommy Heinsohn or John Havlicek or Dave Cowens.
Dave Cowens.
He said, well, Reagan said
Covens.
Oh, Covens. Yeah.
And then how do you say Havlicek?
Havlicek.
Havlicek.
That's a tough one, yeah.
Heinz Schoen.
Yeah.
Tommy Heinz show.
Right.
You know Tommy Heinz show.
Of course, Tommy Heinz show.
So, but by the way, those could be the
Reagan,
names.
a well-known Laker fan.
Exactly. So, yeah.
All right, so
that's a lot.
Three of your top 5 prospects. So Anthony, you have the list of the Yankees' top prospects, correct?
Yes, I do.
Now, Yankee fans who are listening will know these names because if you're a Yankee fan, you're supposed to know these names. Give me their number 2, 4, and 5 prospects by name. Go.
Dax Kilby, who's a shortstop.
Yeah.
Of course, now you have Lombard and Kilby.
Yeah.
But he was somebody that the Yankees apparently they were interested. The Padres were for a Mason Miller deal,
and they wouldn't do
and
that.
they were looking at Kilby, and apparently no one said whether that was like the deal breaker or not. But it doesn't sound like they want to part.
Well, wasn't Will
with
Warren
Dax
the deal
Kilby.
breaker there?
Well, that's been reported, then unreported.
All right.
Feinstein said that wasn't true, and then Heyman said that it was. So I don't know what's going on with that at all. Then you have Carlos Legrand, who
he's the one that throws triple digits.
And they love him, and they want him to be a reliever.
He'll be their closer one day.
And if he wasn't injured, he'd probably be up in their bullpen right now.
Could be, yeah.
And then Henry Lelaine, who admittedly I don't know a whole lot about.
Jackson.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Very
Right, Peter?
close. They're very close.
Henry Lelaine, Jackson.
And he's
Henry Lelaine Jackson.
Jackson.
No, Jack's son. Jack Lalaine's
Jack
son.
Lalaine's son.
You just.
He
Right here.
He had
3
he
hours
was drinking
sleep.
water. It was a whole lot.
3 hours sleep.
So he's your number 5, but he's your number 5 prospect.
Sir Harvey got it. He loves it. Look at him.
And by the way, we're not saying that each of these are equal. I forget who's higher, whether it's the Red Sox farm system or the Yankees farm system. But
it doesn't matter.
You're
It's
talking about
what
Kilby, Legrand, and Lelaine, plus like the 17th prospect.
Right.
There's a guy named Martinez who's a shortstop that's expected to be in the big leagues in 2030. Plus
another shortstop.
All right, but the point
Got a lot
is
of shortstops apparently.
But the point is, would Yankee fans have been okay with giving up this much?
What we
for
said,
Rutschman?
what we just told you.
Yeah.
Never mind the 17.
Who's a rental right now, by the way? He has not signed a deal. You would assume
really?
by doing that he's signing an
You're talking
extension.
about Rutschman.
Yes, Rutschman.
He's got one more year left, though. See, to me, this is how you do it. If you're the Red Sox, this is how you do it. I bring him in. Don't want to do an extension. Because I know I got you next year. But I don't know what next year's going to be. Next year could be half a season for all I know, right?
No season.
And I also don't know what the world's going to look like on the other side. Meaning, not only cap, no cap, salary cap, floor, you don't know if they're going to put restrictions on length of contract. They might have term restrictions now on contracts so that you can't do these 8, 9, 10-year deals, right? You can't do these crazy long deals and defer money and all that stuff. There might be rules that you don't even know are coming. Let me work under the new rules to give you an extension rather than do one now. Wouldn't that make more sense?
Probably,
Let's see what the world looks like when the dust settles before I give you
How can you
at
commit to more of
28.
that? Yeah.
Because at 28, if I'm limited to a 5 or 6 year deal, if that's the limit on term, I'll do it because you're 28. Well, 29 by next year. But if I could still do 8, 9 year deal, I don't know if I'm doing that. And that makes things a little more difficult. Let's continue with the calls. 800-919-3776 on the MLB trade deadline. George in Manhattan. Hey, George.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
I would consider myself an optimistic guy, and I will stay optimistic till 6 p.m. But I think what's really ridiculous is if we take a step back to the 2025 postseason, really the only bright spot was Aaron Judge, and I think at the end of the day, if we don't get a catcher, if we don't get someone for the left side of the infield, we're going to be stuck with people like Trent Grisham and, frankly, Jazz Chisholm in the postseason, who were holes of at-bats. And it's just like, honestly, it's just crazy that Cashman has sort of been twiddling his thumb. And I would say, like, Garcia is a great move, but I just think it's not sustainable, and I think it's just borderline crazy because, yeah, the wild card was great, but we're a Yankees team. We don't care about the wild card, and we lost in the ALDS, and we, frankly, it was a poor showing, and we looked terrible besides Aaron Judge.
It's true. And then, George, let me ask you, because you're the optimist. If Judge comes back, but he can't really get into typical Judge rhythm, and in the playoffs, he's just not effective, and the Yankees lose. Do you think Yankee fans will give him a pass, or will he get criticized even more?
Well, this is the New York Yankees. I think if Judge doesn't perform in the playoffs, even though he's one of the greatest hitters to ever walk on this planet, I think he's going to take a lot of criticism, and that's just what he signed up for, being on the New York Yankees. But I think at the end of the day, Cashman is rolling with a lot of guys who it wasn't even like they would have put up a good at bat. Like Jazz Chisholm had that one good homer off Varland in the game that Judge saved.
Right.
And then we came out the next day and we got our asses beat. So it's a little bit ridiculous that we're kind of doing this all over again, and we have guys who are sitting on the IL who are going to quote-unquote come back and save this team, but they are going to need to get going in the month of September, and I just think the AL is getting better and better, and we're just sitting around.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, George. Thanks for the call. And again, just look at the standings right now. Look where the Red Sox are right now. And just ask yourself, by the way they're playing and how aggressive they are, would you be surprised if a week from now you're talking about the third-place Yankees? Would it be shocking to you?
You can't say it would be shocking.
No.
I wouldn't say it's a lock, but you certainly wouldn't be shocked.
Nobody's saying it's a lock. But look at the schedule coming up for the Red Sox. The way they've been playing.
I mean,
the message that their organization just gave that clubhouse. Right? Like it wouldn't
well, how about this? On the flip side, if you were another team in the AL and you were finding out what your playoff matchup was going to be, would you be more scared at this moment to hear was the Yankees or the Red Sox? I think you'd be a lot more worried about the Red Sox right now.
Absolutely true. 800-919-3776. More of your calls coming up. A rainy, wet-soaked day at Giants camp today. The pads were on, but is the optimism still in the air when it comes to the Giants this season? We'll get into that and more, and keep an eye on the Major League Baseball trade deadline that closes at 6. Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I know how a serious accident can change your life just like that.
I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and I understand that with pain comes medical bills and time out of work. Let us get you justice.
This is John Ryan, the closer. For over 35 years, our family has been getting accident victims every dollar they deserve.
I started this firm for the injured so they can bite back against the insurance companies.
Our legacy is to get you justice. Bite back.
To get you paid. Bite back.
At D'Agostino & Associates, bite back means fight back. When you're hurt and they blame you, we bite back and get you every dollar you deserve. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. 1-800-248-3222. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance.
Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Four o'clock straight up in the big city with Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn, back from vacation.
Well, I just got a glimpse at Alan's new digs. Wow.
Yeah, see, I didn't want to flex.
No,
but because I talked so much about it, the project that we were doing, and the way it came out.
Wow,
came out good, right?
Looks pretty good, man.
Now you see where
makes the suburbs appealing.
Well, yeah,
I get the vibes. That looks pretty nice, man.
But over the door, because they one of the surprises that Stephanie got for me for the studio.
Oh, hello.
Was French doors, like double doors that are soundproof. For the other side, which is where when we do shows from home, I do it from there. And so he put those doors in, and what Michael Weldon, the contractor, did the job.
Oh, yeah.
His gift at the end of the job, like he always, good contractors will always do like one thing as like a signature move.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
Oh, yeah. A good contractor will always have a signature move. Like a little something, so, a
little something.
I did this. He got me an on-air sign. Tremendous.
Does it work?
Yeah. It's wired. I have a remote. And if I'm on the air, I hit the button. So if, Stephanie's working out, I'll show you. It's great.
Well, so the kids will know. Kids have a friend over. Someone goes downstairs.
See above it?
Wow. That's better than we have here. Here we just have recording.
This actually says on air.
Wow, that's a nice.
Right? It's cool.
Oh, by the way, it's a good looking on air sign.
You know what I mean?
I might need to use this guy.
Oh, he's great.
This is good.
Yeah,
that's really high quality.
He's really good.
I'm going to talk prices with you after this, but that looks pretty good.
Not
on the air. It's okay.
Very reasonable.
You were very happy.
Yes, extremely. You know what else I was happy about? I didn't have to do it. It would not have come out like that.
So wait, if you work at home later this week, would that be your first time in the completely new digs? Is it like completely done?
It's done, yeah. The last time, if you remember, I was on the air with you, you could still hear noises in the background.
I could.
You will not hear
I heard
anything.
a few nails. I heard a few final nails getting hammered in there. I said,
yeah.
Let's get this all done.
Right.
But so we're in there now. Wow.
We
Good
are
for
in
you.
there. It is, but here's the funny part. I hadn't been in the studio for a while because couldn't get to it. And I went in the other day, opened the doors, huge spider web.
No.
Massive. From one of the lights, because I have the TV lights, from one of the lights to the TV to the desk, and a huge, a big fat spider sitting in the middle of it. And I'm like, Bud, you got to move out. So I thought the next day, I'm like, all right, I got to come in and I got to knock that thing down. Gone next day. It's like you heard me. You know.
The only issue I've heard that exists with Alan's new spaces, and this is very interesting, is that everything is great. However, if Marco and Declan are playing video games at Don's house, it actually knocks Alan off the internet. It's a weird, Anthony, I don't know if you heard about it. It's a weird connection.
Did that happen?
I'll believe anything at this point.
Did that really
when
happen?
it comes to Don's connection at his house?
No, when Roadblocks gets played at Don's house,
Roblox.
Alan gets knocked off the web. That's the only problem.
That can't happen.
Oh, that looks awesome. Good for you, man.
No, very excited. Very happy that it's done. All good things. All right, 800-919-3776 for the calls. Keeping an eye on the Major League Baseball trade deadline. If you're just joining us, Adley Rutschman, the catcher from the Orioles, Peter's Orioles, is now a Boston Red Sox catcher. The Yankees were interested, could not offer what the Red Sox did, which is 3 of their top 5 prospects.
Yeah, it's a serious
for a player who's under contract for one more year after this one. And 28 years old.
Well, I'm just happy that Maya got to see Adley Rutschman play once.
Wow.
Went to that one game. We had to have that one moment in time.
There it is. She'll never forget it.
They still have the polar bear though. Don't you worry about that.
And again, speaking of polar bear, when you consider the Mets whole situation,
I know it still stings.
But don't you almost feel better for him? Think about it.
Yeah, because
in a way, right?
If they'd signed him long term, he would have been stuck here sitting through. Although, like the
And
way
they would have blamed him.
Although,
What, do you think he was going to make a difference? with
No, but I think
this team was terrible.
But I think one of the useful things about having one of those lovable homegrown players is that when you go through bad times, you have them around, and they're sort of someone for fans to hold on to when the team's really
Fair.
bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
You get the idea.
Yeah. Well, anyways, on that front, we'll keep an eye on all things that are happening, especially on the Yankee side of things. The Mets keep just sending off players. Luke Weaver was traded for a prospect to the Pittsburgh Pirates, by the way, today, and they continue their sell-off. Clay Holmes still could be moved. There's a couple other names to watch. We'll keep an eye on all that. But there are NFL training camps going on, and, of course, the Jets and Giants are both practicing. The Giants continue their camp in West Virginia. And like here, it's pouring rain, miserable weather, and word is that it's just been a sloppy practice. It's been really bad. You're going to get that, of course, along the way. But Dart, in particular, has not been good. And, look, Malik Neighbors being upright, running around, although not in contact, but still out there on the field, that's a positive development for Jackson Dart. But it does feel like it's going to be Neighbors once healthy. It's going to be Isaiah Likely as another target, as tight end. There's a reason why Harbaugh brought him in. It feels like behind Mark Andrews, he wasn't nearly as effective as he's going to be as a feature, clearly. But there's a battle going on with some of the vets for a number 2 wide receiver position. But they're not really going to throw the ball a lot. It's clear. They're going to be a trenches team. Scadaboo's going to be a battering ram. And I kind of feel like, as I've been saying, Jackson Dart is going to be sort of put through the ringer this year as if it's an audition. Does that sound crazy? When everybody wants to believe that Jackson Dart is the franchise quarterback. This is their guy. I don't know if Harbaugh fully believes that. He loves him. Loves that he loves football, that he lives football, that he talks football. It's all the stuff that sounds like a very Harbaugh kind of thing, right? Whether it's John or Jim, they love football players.
Either Harbaugh. They love football.
They love football. They love football players. They love football players. Love football. That's what they're about.
They pursue each day with reckless something
Football.
or other. Enthusiasm.
Sure.
Or something like that.
But because we were so caught up in, Dart can't run as much. He shouldn't test himself that much. He shouldn't put himself out there to get hit. Have you heard any of that brought up? No.
No, not as of yet.
You know why?
Why is that?
Harbaugh doesn't care. Run, kid. We're going to run. We're going to win in the trenches. And if you got a hold to run through it. Same as Scadaboo. If you're going to do backflips, do them on the field. Do them over people. Like, don't waste it, no offense, at a WWE event.
Don't tell me.
You know what I mean?
At a Fanatics Fest?
Yeah, or a Fanatics Fest.
Yeah.
Right. Don't waste it doing stuff off the field. But if you're going to do stuff like that, do it on the field. I think that's what he wants. I think these two kids are going to get their heads kicked in all year, and it's like a test.
But do you want to run a test like that with your quarterback?
What do you want him doing? Throwing a lot? If that's not his real skill set?
If that's not his real skill set, and he may or may not, he may be injury prone. Or not injury prone.
No.
He may not be good at avoiding bad contact.
That's the part.
So you're saying
which could make him injury
prone. We need you to figure it out. We need you to figure out how to run.
Yeah. We need you to figure out what you are in the NFL.
Right.
So
how
instead of saying, Jackson Dart, we don't want you doing this, and Jackson Dart's response was what? That's how I got here.
Right.
So I don't think if you're the new head coach, you're going, no, you need to play different. No, what got you here? Yeah, play that way. I want you comfortable. Now, we're going to learn if this is the right thing or not. But one thing we know about John, it's in the trenches. This is not going to be an aerial attack. Why? Like Lamar Jackson, that was really what made Lamar Jackson. The fact that he was so good with his feet and so smart and could throw it when needed. But his whole thing was the ability to run, they were a downhill offense.
Correct.
And then, of course, when they got Derrick Henry, it got nasty. That's what he wants. I think that's what the Giants are going to be. So Neighbors is important, yes. Likely is going to be important. But after that, if you really think that Dart's going to be throwing it 35, 40 times a game, I don't think you're paying attention.
And by the way, Tracy's very important.
Oh, yeah.
Because let's not forget, Scadaboo's not going to be their number one running back.
No, they got three.
He's the most famous running back.
But they got 3. But I think Scadaboo's going to be their first guy.
You do?
Oh, yeah. I think they're going to I'm telling you, this guy, they're going to wind him up and let him go.
Anthony, what do you think about
My
that?
prediction. They are winding him up and letting him go.
Anthony, you think he's been getting that many touches?
Completely different coaching staff, right? Because it was Tracy Scadaboo last year. And then, of course, Tracy got hurt, so Scadaboo had to fill in, and then Scadaboo got hurt, so then it was back to Tracy.
Devin Singletary.
And Devin Singletary, of course. I don't know. I trust that Allen knows what he's talking about in regards to thinking that Scadaboo will get more of the touches. Could it be more 50-50 than it was last year? Maybe. I think Tracy's probably the better bet to start, in my opinion. But we'll see.
You think Tracy's starting?
I said that's what I would want to see happen. I don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't think you want Scadaboo's an every down back ain't last.
I think Scadaboo's starting.
But short
I think he's RB1.
I'll tell you this, short yardage, it's not Ahmad Bradshaw, Brandon Jacobs level, but if I need to get 2 yards, I'd much rather have Scadaboo out there than Tyrone Tracy.
2 yards, absolutely.
Or Ricard from the fullback that they got from the Ravens.
Yep.
You think he's a first down back?
I didn't say he is. I said I think they're going to use him as such. I think they want to be physical, and he's physical. That's what they want.
That'll be interesting.
They want this is smash mouth. This is what they want to do.
But you're
and it's also dart. Like a lot of Giants fans are still going to be, he's got to throw it. He's got to know to get rid of it. He can't take a hit. And I'm telling you, that's not – you watched the Ravens when Lamar was becoming Lamar. What was he doing? He was taking hits, right?
He did.
He got hurt a lot at times, but he was also a dynamic offensive weapon.
But he's such
Why? Because they put him in a position to do what he does best. What's his instinct? And Jackson Dart, you got to let him play football his way. Now, last year we were talking a different way because it was Dable. B, Dart was a rookie, and you thought this kid's going to kill himself, right? But now that I'm looking at what Harbaugh brings, I'm almost preparing myself to say we might be having this conversation again this year, and the Giants privately might be saying, no, he's going to play the way he's comfortable playing, and our job is to protect him. The linemen have to protect him. The offense, the system, the way you run it has to protect him.
Can I throw something at you though? If that is the plan, again, that's not you saying it's what your plan would be, but it's you saying that's what it looks like. That it will be.
If you're watching, that's what it looks like.
But like in the end, with a top 3 or 4 talent quarterback in the NFL, what did it lead to for the Ravens? I mean, they were a team that won a lot of games.
Yeah,
didn't win the big thing.
Got hurt a lot.
Now John Harbaugh's gone.
And, and
Lamar missed games, and
Jackson also in the playoffs didn't come through. I mean, Mark Andrews did drop a big pass.
No, that could have changed
That's
history.
A big moment. But what were they every year though? Really good every year, right?
But also, we can't confuse Jackson Dart with Lamar Jackson.
No. And that's the part I got to be careful.
Talent-wise, there's a huge gap there.
Yes, I am not comparing them talent-wise. What I'm talking about is our perception of what Dart is going to be versus what he's actually going to be used as.
Well,
I think they see these two guys, and they're going to use all the vim and vigor. They're going to put these two on the field, and they're going to wind them up. Like, you remember Waterboy? No, not Waterboy.
Do you mean the Sandler vehicle?
Yeah, I don't think I mean that one.
Do you mean Any Given Sunday?
Well, damn it. Favreau, and it's like, I want you to get that ball. I want that ball. The Replacements.
The Replacements, yeah.
That's the one. It's all football movies.
Yeah, sure.
And it's like, that's what it's going to be. Just get them all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Well, I do agree with you on one part of this.
And it's like, you're going to give me that yard?
Son,
you're going to give me that yard? Right? Like, that's what it's going to be.
I would rather risk Jackson Dart getting hurt, playing the type of football that makes him good, than protect him being a version of him that's not good.
There you go.
Why play safe with him and have him not be effective?
And there you go.
I hear you. But
to me, that's the reasoning is we don't know what he is, but I know what he's not. And you can't tell him, you can't turn him into a pocket passer at, what is he, 6'2"? Like, he's not
6'2",
Justin Herbert. He's not 6'6", 6'5". He's not Stafford. He's not any of these. He is who he is. And he kept saying it to us last year, and it was a part of me that, like, I don't think this kid gets it. And then the more I thought about it, the more stuff I've watched with the Giants, the more I've said to myself, I think he might be right. We don't get it. This is just who he is. So does he have to get smarter? Yes, but this is how he gets smarter. The experience of it. Getting hit, now he knows what not to do, right? Like, he's not dumb. He's not going to keep running into the same place where he's going to get killed. He'll figure it out that if I go here, I'm going to get crushed because I got crushed last game. Whatever it is, he'll figure it out. But I don't think we should expect there to be some type of a cocoon or a bubble around this kid. I think John wants physical football. He wants guys who want to play physical football. Cam Scadaboo lives for physical football. It's all he knows. Jackson Dart lives for when I say physical, I also mean the ability to run. And I think that's what you're going to get from him. And that's why this season is going to be mostly about, do they have a quarterback or not? Because if they don't, there's going to be a disgruntled Baker Mayfield. There's going to be a draft. There's a lot of things that can make a quarterback available to the Giants if they want one. But they need to know what this guy is. And you can't know what he is. And you won't know what he is if you're telling him what he can't do.
Yeah.
And what he shouldn't do.
If you're half-assing it with him.
You know what I mean?
And John Harbaugh is seeing this probably. This is his I would imagine Harbaugh hopes this is his last NFL job and it's a 10-year run of glory.
Yes.
If he finds out in year one, he needs to find out in year one whether he has the guy or whether I'm building to now add the guy. So they're not going to hold back because they got to know what he is.
What you don't want is a conservative offense.
Waste a year
in the first 3 or 4 weeks, and now you're down, you're 1-3, whatever it is, and now because you just didn't go for it and play the way you want to play, your style. Now because we want to protect this kid. No, we're not protecting anybody. We have an offensive line who has a job to do, and we're going to make sure they do it right. He has to adjust and be smart, but they're learning that this kid knows what he's talking about. Here, listen. Here's Harbaugh talking about what he's learned about Jackson Dart now in this whole offseason. They have spent time together.
Guy's a competitor, man. He's a competitor. I think I already knew that, but I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it play-to-play, day-to-day, in the meeting room. Charismatic leader, loves ball. I mean, from when you're from afar, you don't always know all the ins and outs of a guy, but this guy is obsessed with football. He wants to know everything about everything all the time. You like that in your quarterback.
I think this is why he's appealing to John. I think Harbaugh sees this guy, and he's like, what I love is that he loves the game, and he's willing to play it, and he plays it at in an aggressive way. And Scadaboo's the same way. Kid's a lunatic, but you could tell he loves it.
No, he's a perfect Harbaugh fit too,
right?
No question.
So it just feels like that's kind of what they want to be. Here's more from Harbaugh. This is all from NFL Network, what his vision is for the Giants.
We're learning about what exactly we're going to do, how we're going to do it. We want to do the fundamental things really well. We want to be a physical team. We want to be a sound team. We want to play really hard. We want to cause people trouble with our X's and O's. But more than anything, we want to play good football. We want to play the kind of football that people watch. They'll be proud of, winning type football. Everybody knows what that means. It's hard to do. It's easy to say. You got to work at it, and you got to really be connected. You got to be on the same page. You got to be thinking alike. When the bullets start to fly in games and things happen that you don't expect, how are we going to respond together? Do we understand what the intent of the play is, or what the intent of the series is, or whatever it is? We just try as much as we can to be thinking alike, to have a shared vision.
I'm telling you, all he cares about is that line of scrimmage. Physicality. We're talking about it's hard to win. You know what he's saying there? It's the effort part of it, right? Like, they're not going to be a high-skill offense. They're not going to be a light-you-up offense. I mean, this is what you're dealing with. Odell Beckham Jr., Juju Smith-Schuster, Darnell Mooney. Like, think of some of these guys. Braxton Berrios. These are the guys that are fighting to be the number 2 wide receiver. With Malik Neighbors, who we don't know if he's going to play week 1. He might not.
It's getting closer. Anthony and I discussed this on Friday.
Okay.
It's crazy how, and Don, it's crazy how the prognosis for Neighbors has gotten better and better. Very unusual. It's not often they're going into season they go.
Very negative, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was like week 6, week 7, pup. What's it going to be? And now could he be available for week 1?
First day of camp, he was out there.
Okay, cool.
I know. And Anthony had a great take, I heard. When it comes to 2 big-name New York athletes who were dealing with injuries. You want to repeat that take, Anthony? Because I think it deserves to be heard a second time.
Yeah, I think Don and Peter both agreed against me. I said that there is a much higher likelihood, and it's growing by the day, that you will see Malik Neighbors on September 13th against the Dallas Cowboys. You still will not see Aaron Judge for the New York Yankees by then.
Wow. And you know what? I don't think you're wrong. If you had to choose which player will be in a game, live action, first, will it be, and I mean regular season, of course, will it be Malik Neighbors or Aaron Judge? 800-919-3776 is the number. We've got calls to get to. We've also got our weekend recap. Lot happened this weekend. You were in Minnesota.
I bet your ass.
Yep. There were trades that were made, huge headline trades that were made over the weekend, and something weird that happened at an NBA wedding.
I saw.
We have to discuss. So we'll get into that. Your calls continue, of course, on the football, while we're also keeping an eye on the Major League Baseball trade deadline, which is now an hour and a half away. 6 o'clock, straight up. We'll take you all the way up to it. Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Hey, let me ask you something. Would you seat your 3-year-old child on a windowsill? Would you seat them beside a lit fireplace or by the deep end of a pool? One last question. Would you seat your child in a car seat that's not correct for them? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Secure their future. Seat them in the correct car seat. For more information, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
This is the Michael K. Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote-unquote good years, the injury-decimated Yankees play those teams, and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
When you manage an active facility, disruption is not an option. Tricon Construction specializes in healthcare, commercial, and industrial environments where work needs to happen without shutting operations down. That takes detailed planning, clear communication, and safe, disciplined execution. Because when patients are inside, tenants are working, or production has to keep moving, every decision matters. Tricon understands how to work around your business professionally, safely, and efficiently. For complex work inside active facilities, choose Tricon Construction. Visit triconbuilds.com. That's triconbuilds.com.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Can't catch a break on the belt eastbound in Queens. They picked up that crash over by Springfield Boulevard, but now a new accident over by Merrick Boulevard. Slow crawl heading over to the Cross Island and Southern States, still backed up to JFK. Rough ride on the outbound Gowanus Brooklyn right after the Prospect. Crash in the center lane. Delays go back onto the westbound BQE from McGinnis Humboldt. Worst ride to the outbound George, probably the West Side Highway northbound. Collision in the 120s. You're solid there and backed up into the 70s. Yanks are home later on tonight in the Bronx if you're getting a jump start at the inbound George. Quiet ride for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln Aurigny about 10 to 15 minutes. Outbound Hahn 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A bent tire rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For the parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
What's the vibe today?
Now, little brother. I don't know. He's all over the place, Harvey.
Do you have a plan, or is this just you're going random? You're going like shuffle.
I thought I had a plan, but the plan's gone, basically.
Yeah.
So I just thought, whatever sounds good,
yeah,
good vibe.
When you don't have a plan, it's a bad plan.
Where did that one come from? Did you pull that, or was it already in the system?
Right.
No, I've always had this. I mean, it's in my phone, so I've been listening to it for a while now.
So the plan's gone.
Yeah.
The plan is absolutely gone. You know what our plan is, though, right now?
What's that?
Along with calls at 800-919-3776, is do a little weekend recap. Brought to you by Neutral. Several things happened over this weekend. None bigger, I think, than Tarek Skubal going to the Dodgers. When you heard about that being official, done, right? And Dodgers, the rich get richer and all that stuff. I saw a lot of vitriol. Were you as angered by this? Were you annoyed by this? How many people, including in the control room, heard Skubal to the Dodgers and literally just got angry, got mad because here we go again. The Dodgers get the player. How can they just keep getting these players? Was anybody else fired up? Because anything I saw on social media and anything I saw talking heads on sports TV just seemed like a lot of anger and vitriol towards the Dodgers for it. Anybody else felt that way?
Jeff kind of indicated for the last week or so that it was going to be trending that way.
He was literally telling you.
He basically said he wants to
coming.
go there, and they kind of want him. So that's where. So I guess if I was annoyed in the moment, no, because I kind of felt it coming.
You knew it was coming. Okay.
But am I looking at it even with? Look, you can make the argument that with a healthy Aaron Judge, that the Dodgers would be a hard team to beat in the World Series if the Yankees get there. With Skubal, it makes it all the more difficult.
All right, this is not about the Yankees. This is, to me now, just a sports story.
Oh, that the Dodgers are ruining baseball?
It's the fact that the Dodgers, who are back-to-back champions and have an embarrassment of riches already when it comes to a starting pitching rotation.
Well, the Yankees did it for years. I
added a two-time Cy Young Award winner, even though they didn't need him. Almost like for a goof. They were like, yeah, what the hell? We'll take him. And
why not?
And then they just threw a bunch of prospects on the table that, again, if I name names, you'd be like, who the hell are these guys? But they weren't even... Like, did the Red Sox give up more for Rushman? That's the question, is that they almost got him for pennies on the dollar as well. but everybody here is apathetic towards it. Is that what I'm getting? Seems like it. Nobody seems upset. Peter, you don't care.
Upset? I mean, this is what it is. And this is exactly why we're going where we're going.
But there's always that one team. Again, KD going to the Warriors.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to be mad that the Dodgers are now the Yankees, feel free. They are the evil empire. They buy what they want. They get what they want. They win.
And you know what?
They'll probably win again.
And there's nothing wrong with it, my opinion. I think anybody that's upset about it, you're mad at the wrong people. Like you're mad at the fact that the Dodgers can get whatever they want. But you don't understand that it's because the system allows it. And there's owners that are fine with it. They don't care. How the Brewers would allow it to happen without making an offer. Unless, again, Skubal told the Tigers, I don't want to go to Milwaukee. And the offer was kind of, either way, it was not that big of a deal. Because that's a rental. The Yankees didn't need him. The Mets could have used him earlier, but they, maybe even in the winter. But now it makes no sense for the Mets to do it. So who else is going to make a move like that and get a player like that other than the Dodgers? It's simply the system. So being mad about it, to me, doesn't make sense.
No, if you want to be mad, you can be mad that because it's like this, we may very well not have baseball next year.
But that's
not the Dodgers.
Right.
But again, that's what the issue is.
This is not the one that puts it over the edge.
No, it's just another one.
This is just part of it. It already's going over the edge, everybody. This is not the one that did it. Like, if there's a work stoppage, you can't say, well, once that Skubal deal happened. No, it's long gone. But I can't see why you'd be mad at the Dodgers. Wouldn't you do it? And we all know the Yankees used to do this. They did this stuff. And everybody got mad. And when you were a Yankee fan, you loved it. You hate us because you can't be us. That's all that was about. Now it's them. And as I said earlier in the show, we used to. This trade deadline right now, the Yankees would just go out and pluck players. We just want these guys. But you don't really need that. I don't care. I want them all. Give me all. I want to make my team better. I want to get my fan base riled up. I want the clubhouse knowing we're all in. I want there to be a vibe about our team that every year we go for it. And Garrett Cole said as much. I don't know if we have that cut, fellas, but Garrett Cole over the weekend said exactly that when he heard about the Garcia trade. And he said, that's the best thing about playing for the Yankees is that they're always all in. And I kind of chuckled because I'm like, come on, Garrett, that's not really what they are anymore. They're not like that anymore. The Dodgers are like that now. And some fans love that. I still want to know the fans who were bored with getting all the good players. Is there a Dodger fan in existence that right now is like, I'm a little bored of this. It's more fun when can't we just get prospects and develop them? That's so much more fun. Remember when the Orioles did that? Remember how many championships they won?
Oh, yeah. No,
that'd be none.
No.
And one of them, who was the number one pick, is now a Red Sox. Remember when that was a whole thing in Baltimore? Oh, they got all these prospects. They got all these picks. Number one pick, number 3 pick. These guys are all going to turn into stars. They're going to flip the American League East. No, they didn't. They did. They just traded one of them to flip the East, maybe.
They didn't even win a playoff game.
But again, Houston did it, and it worked. But they also did it and cheated. Let's not forget that part. The fact that they were on the cover of Sports Illustrated, right? You remember that whole story about how they had all these draft picks. They were the worst team in baseball, but in 5 years, they're going to win a World Series. And they did. And then we found out, but they cheated along the way. Doesn't that take away from it a little bit? Of course it does. So the notion that building through prospect, it's so much better this way. The hell with that. It's way fun. Trust me. I was drunk with it in the late 90s. It's way fun.
You didn't go, but they're not homegrown.
Well, but see, the other part of it is there was four guys that were homegrown, and you built around those 4 guys.
So
that's kind of what made it fun.
Well, so you did get to have it also.
Yeah.
You can't totally poo-poo it.
No, but it was fun when, goodness gracious, Roger Clemens is in the owner's box, right? when you had that moment. Because it's like, oh, totally getting Clemens. Getting him, who else we want? A-Rod, he'll be a Yankee at some point. You know what's happening. Like, you just always felt like you were going to get that guy because that guy wanted to be a Yankee.
Yeah.
And you knew you could. And you didn't care. Homer Bush, loved him. Don't worry about it. Send him. Sure, we love him, but he's got to go. Like, it's just, that was what made it fun. Trade deadlines, winter meetings, all that stuff. So when you're mad at the Dodgers, you're mad at the wrong person. It's not their fault. What they're doing is exactly what the system allows you to do. It's what the Yankees used to do. But it's a different world for the Yankees now. It's not for the Dodgers. We'll see what it looks like on the other side. But that trade this weekend, boy, that really made headlines and got a lot of people paying attention. Okay. So give me your news this weekend. Give me your headline out of SummerSlam.
Can I give you my biggest headline for the weekend, if I'm being honest with you?
Give it to me.
I don't know if Anthony spent the time. Harvey, I imagine you did. I don't know. I thought last night Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns put on one of the greatest main events at a wrestling show I've ever seen.
Really?
I'm dead ass. Anthony, do you watch?
I did not watch. I heard fantastic things, but I didn't watch live, and I feel like I missed out on a very big event.
Harvey?
I did watch. It came up slowly, but the last, I want to say, 10 minutes was pretty damn good. Cinema, as they say.
Yeah, and I don't even think it was the last 10 minutes. I hear what you're saying because you're like a weird, you're like a little child man, and you
said weird?
Well, I said it quickly, but it was in there. Yeah, you're like a child man, and you wanted it to be handed to you. No, Harvey, the whole thing was cinema, beginning to end. I don't even know how long it was bell to bell, but they told a story the entire time. Listen, I'm not saying everything both nights was perfect or anything like that. I'm not that big a shill. I do think it was overall a really good event. I think Oba and Brock was really good. I know a lot of people were disappointed that the cell didn't get used and it wasn't that like violent a match, but I still thought it was really great. But yesterday, I thought Sunday ended up being the crown jewel of the weekend. I thought Chelsea winning the IC title was great. But I'm messing with you. Yeah, the last 10 minutes was fantastic, but I thought overall, I love when I'm sitting there just going, if I were a kid right now, I would just be jumping up and down and screaming, and that's what I thought Seth and Roman did last night.
Still justice for my guy Sami Zayn, though.
Yeah, no, I still would like to see justice for Sami Zayn, and unfortunately we didn't get that, but we did get Kevin Owens coming back, which was pretty cool. So yeah, it was neat, and also a highlight. I love that building. I'd never been in U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota.
Oh, the
glass
with
top,
the roof?
glass side that kills all the birds. That
Did
place
it feel
is awesome.
Did it feel like atrium-like?
Yes,
like that.
100%.
Okay. All right.
So when you're there during the day, almost too much so, like when you're watching on TV, it basically stayed light. Harvey, it was light like all of both nights, right?
But that's typical of this time of year.
Yeah, it was light in there till the end. It never gave you the night feel.
It's not almost till 10. I don't think you get darkness.
So, but man, as a building, if you just want another reminder of what a dump the Venetian blind
MetLife.
is, dude,
it really is sad.
When U.S. Bank Stadium is awesome.
When you look at some of the places that have been built around the NFL, and then you look at MetLife,
Jerry World. This one, there's a
SoFi.
handful. SoFi now. Allegiant in Vegas is pretty dope.
Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta.
The new Mercedes-Benz
that
in
roof
Atlanta.
Opens. Seattle.
It's a joke. I mean, the plans for Washington, we'll see if they deliver it, but the plans look incredible.
Yeah.
This is just, it stinks, man. And how long do you think they'll run with it for?
That stadium?
Yeah. Like, how long do you think you're stuck with it till? Like another.
Well, we're what are we? 15 years in?
Something like that. Right around 15.
Wasn't it 2016, 09 or 10?
Yep.
Because it was right after Citi Field and Yankee Stadium opened, wasn't it?
Yeah,
sort of right after that.
My first Summer Jam, I think it was still the old stadium, and that was 07.
Okay,
so it might be 08.
Yeah,
08 or 09.
It's a little bit. I think it was.
So what do you think? You have another 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, can you bet? You can't bet. And where are you going? Where are you going?
It's got to be there.
Yeah, of course. Does it have to be, though?
I know.
Painful. Especially, again, if Woody Johnson wants to flip everything about him, right, do something that you're good at, spend money. Like, he's got money, spend it. Just and they didn't do it when they should have, which is, again, in Queens by Citi Field. They didn't want to do it. He wanted to be in Manhattan. It didn't work out. But there still is a way to find a spot in Queens or find a spot on the border, Nassau, Queens. Majority of fan base on the island.
I was about to say, would it be the worst thing in the world if it was on Long Island?
No.
Like, what's wrong with that?
Deeper in, I
not
think
deeper,
you don't want
but
to go
just
that
a few
far.
minutes into Long Island.
But on the border, like right there, again, where the Islanders have their arena now, like right on the Cross Island. Like if you get something in that range,
you know how fast my trip is back from UBS to the city.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's super
it's very easy. Yeah, and again, there's train. You can take a train too. But like, here's where, again, if you're Hochul and Mamdani, like you got to be like, dude, we'll work it out. We'll figure out some things that we can do that make it worth your while.
Get
Benefits,
you out of Jersey,
breaks, whatever we can do. That they just did that facility again. They just updated facility down there. I can't imagine, but they're so far away from everything in Florham Park, and the stadium's not even. It's not
dope.
It's one of the worst stadiums in the NFL, and it might be one of the worst stadiums in all of football, including college.
It has no character because there are dumpier stadiums that have character. It's not a dump.
Jacksonville doesn't have anything, right? Jacksonville's a dump.
No.
No?
I think
You like
Jacksonville looks kind of cool.
Does it? It just looks like a big oval.
I may be biased, but like
all right.
I've watched a bunch of wrestling shows there. Like I like how it looks in there. It looks like it has some sort of
one place
feel.
I've never been. I've never been there, so I'm only from TV.
I just don't think we have any feel here.
No, there's none. There's none. Now, one last thing to mention, and because I teased it, when it comes to weekend recap. Donovan Mitchell and Coco Jones got married this weekend.
I saw
in
the beautiful
Greenwich.
Coco Jones.
Yeah, in Greenwich. And, as anytime you have a star-studded NBA wedding, you're going to have a lot of NBA players. Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell have been friends for years. Josh Hart, they've all been friends, very, very close. And so they were invited, of course. So they were there. You know who else was there? Jaylen Brown. Newly minted 76er, Jaylen Brown. There's this video that is going around of Brunson being videoed, and I think he actually was on Instagram Live or something, right? By Jaylen Brown. And he's just like across the dance floor or something like that. And Brunson, of course, catches him being recorded, sees, all right, he's recording me. And he makes this funny face like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, okay, you caught me. What are you doing?
Oh, I saw it.
And then he yells for Josh Hart because he knows, all right, let me get my boy involved because Josh will make it very uncomfortable. He's very good at that. But by then, then Brown clicked off the video. Is that Jaylen Brown like doing the whole like Sting, every breath you take, I'll be watching you, like,
I think,
or messing with him, but also like starting something?
I think it's having a little fun.
It's a little
being
fun.
Silly. I think. Can I tell you what might not have been the weirdest wedding moment from the weekend?
I agree. I do agree
because Tyrese Halliburton having 50 Cent perform "I Get Money," and Tyrese, my boy, like he's a big wrestling fan.
Yeah,
I love him. Great kid.
Yeah.
Watching him jump up and down screaming, "I run New York."
I run New York.
And during this summer of all summers, you're coming off a season you didn't play where the Knicks just won the championship.
You couldn't run.
You literally couldn't run. Yeah, it was a weird.
Yeah.
Had it been the year before and they just eliminated the Knicks.
No, that's
perfect.
Apropos.
But not this year.
Yeah. Strange.
Isn't it? Hey, Knicks fans, isn't it great? Let everyone take their shots.
Please.
Isn't it great?
All of it.
You get to just soak it all in.
Think about this. LeBron and Giannis wanted to play for you, and you said, I'm all set.
We're all set here. Thanks.
And they had to go with their second choice.
Yep.
Because you were all set. Like, it's wild. But the Jaylen Brown thing, to me, and we know he's like the king of all petty, it's going to make this season fun. Because I do think there's a part of Jaylen Brown that has this weird sort of like, you're in my crosshairs, I got the eye of the tiger thing going. Like, I think he likes that stuff. And it's just going to create some animosity and some weirdness that there'll be nights that these teams play. I think it's going to be opening night. I think it's almost a given. And it'll make that fun. It's just going to make for a fun year.
Agreed.
But
there's going to be a lot of fun storylines.
Now, question for you. If you got an invitation from Halliburton for his wedding, and an invitation from Donovan and his wedding. You can't go to both.
People got to make choices.
I'm just saying. Where you going?
Well, I wonder if Brunson got invited to both.
Of course he would have.
Him and Tyrese are pretty cool.
Yes. Right? Yeah, and Josh. What do you do?
Well, I guess they did what they did.
Sorry, bro. Gonna go with Donovan because we hate you and the Pacers. We ain't worried about the Cavs.
Yeah,
we don't mind hanging with them. We'll rock with them.
Yeah, we smoke them.
We'll rock with them. No, seriously though, that had to make guys feel a certain way.
I wonder how many people.
Like, I invited Jaylen Brown. Why would he go to Donovan's wedding? Like, what's that about?
By the way, there must have been a few people on that list.
Had to be. Crossovers, you don't know, like, which wedding did you decide to go to?
Yeah, it is pretty awkward.
Your call's coming up at 800-919-3776. Keeping an eye on the MLB trade deadline and more. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York. By the way, that was your weekend recap. It was brought to you by Neutral. Keep it tasty with Neutral. Vodka seltzer. Made with real vodka and real fruit juice. Enjoy responsibly.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Did you get your windshield fixed? No, this is a big process. I was scared that the whole thing was just going to shatter inwards. Right. And then I'd be cut with glass. I'd drive off the bridge. I'd be a news story. It's not funny. Why is this funny?
So if that were to happen, God forbid, why wouldn't you just stop the vehicle?
No, you keep going.
Hang a left turn 90 degrees and off the bridge.
Do you understand what shards of glass would do?
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
If that did happen, I would tell people that's how he would have wanted to go.
That's not how I want to go.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Fans, arrive early at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 8th for the 78th Annual Old Timers Day presented by Fresh Direct. See Yankees legends put on the pinstripes again and take the field at Yankee Stadium. Relive memories of your favorite former Yankees and make new memories with your family. After the Old Timers Day ceremony and game conclude, stick around to see your Bronx Bombers take on Atlanta. Get your Saturday, August 8th Old Timers Day tickets presented by Fresh Direct at Yankees.com/tickets today.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin Modern Windows and Doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. It's a fruity candy flavor explosion, and I mean explosion. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, a zero-sugar treat that's sweet tooth approved. These can take care of my candy cravings and provides a tasty caffeine kick without all the sugar. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get candy-flavored chaos with Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
Hop in a John Deere Gator XUV for a day's work. Let's see what's on the to-do list. There goes the tree. And the fence. Not a problem.
Because you've got a cargo box filled with solutions, up to 4,000 pounds of towing capacity, and you're ready to roll.
The power's out!
Here we go again. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday. Learn more at johndeere.com/Gator XUV. Nothing runs like a deer.
This is the Michael K. Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote-unquote good years, the injury-decimated Yankees play those teams, and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
Yeah, this is what Halliburton had at the wedding on the stage. 50's there with him, singing. And then Hallie wants to say, I run New York, which is, again, it's just add to it. This is going to be a really fun winter when you consider what the East, everybody's just diving over each other because they all went, the Knicks won? What are we doing? Like, I swear that's the reaction. It's not like really impressive how the Knicks built it. No, they're going, they won? That's what happened. It's hilarious. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I think you'll see a lot of trolling from the guys here because they know we got the banner, we got the rings, you're chasing us. We're not supposed to win. 800-919-3776. We got a lot more to update for you on the Major League Baseball trade deadline and the Yankee lineup for tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals at the ballpark in the Boogie Down, where there's some interesting lineup moves that were made tonight that we'll get to 5 o'clock hour as well. But let's get some calls in here, shall we? Let's go first to Bobby in Belmore. Hey, Bobby.
Yeah, hi, guys. In 2019, I mentioned this to Don on Friday. Judge broke the same rib and partially punctured a lung. Now, he doesn't have the same type. He didn't have a serious injury this time, but he's missed more games. So there's got to be concern that there's a weakness there. And if he goes back into the outfield, I think they're out of their minds because if he breaks a rib again, I mean, he could be finished. I mean, I don't think he would be the same player. So I think if they put him at DH and he comes back, I'm not even talking about Stanton, but where are they going to put Garcia if he DHs?
Well, that's the problem. Is if Judge isn't going to play in the field, I said this earlier, Bobby, thanks for the call. If you are trying to protect him and all you're doing is using him as a bat, he's now your DH. Stanton is useless. Stanton now is a very expensive pinch hitter. And then after that, it's okay, but the whole idea was Ben Rice would place him first, and then Garcia had played first, with Goldschmidt, of course, as a guy that you would use as well in the righty-lefty matchups. But you would also want to keep Rice in the lineup by making him DH when he's not playing first. And Jack Curry's already said that there's no plan to play him at catcher. So, yeah, there's a lot riding on what Judge is going to be. But we don't know, and it really sounds like the Yankees don't know. Michael in Brookhaven. Hey, Michael.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
I just want to call Alan, and as a Yankee fan, I do agree. I don't have animosity or jealousy towards the Dodgers. They're just merely playing the system for how it's presently constructed.
Right.
The only thing that I don't like, and this is to me the biggest issue with the CBA agreement, and what's going to happen in the offseason, I really don't like the deferred payments. Look, if they want to pay Kyle Tucker $60 million and Shohei $70 million, I don't care. They have every right to do that, but they should have to pay them now. And that's the thing that needs to be fixed, and that's the only thing I can't stand. Look, you want to go out there and get the best talent at the highest price, and you can absorb that because you're making the Japanese market money, the television advertising that comes with that.
Absolutely.
They're in their full rights to do that. So I don't have an issue there. My issue is just with the deferred payment system, which is not a Dodger problem. It's a CBA MLB problem that hopefully gets corrected. On the other end of that, my biggest issue, and this is where I really get frustrated, and this is not with you guys, but just hearing this constantly. Major League Baseball ownership today is not like 70 years ago where it was a mom-and-pop operation passing it down to their children. It's not like the McPhails or Connie Mack who, counted tickets and counted how many popcorn buckets they sold after each game. These guys are billionaires. They're conglomerates. The problem is most of these people, to get to the wealth that they got to buy these sports teams, ran their businesses around exponential growth year to year. And the only way they can do that in today's economy is by decreasing the product they put out, paying their employees less to keep exponential growth going.
And charging fans more,
so much money.
by the way.
Right, too, yeah.
Correct. And the part is they can afford the stadiums. They want the taxpayer subsidies. The Buffalo Bills, I live in Suffolk County, Long Island. I know, Alan, you went to school on Long Island, Catholic school. And congratulations on the Hall of Fame earlier this year. You're welcome. But, the guy who owns the Bills is worth $7 billion. I know that doesn't mean he has that money on hand, but he has the assets and value. But these guys can afford to pay more. There needs to be a floor for the following reason. These billionaires want to get as much taxpayer subsidies for their stadiums as possible, putting as little as their own money into it while taking all the benefits and not putting it down to the fans and, in some cases, the players. There needs to be a floor, and if there's going to be revenue sharing from the higher spending teams like the Mets, the Dodgers, and the Yankees, there needs to be something built in where if you don't spend that revenue sharing money on improving your farm system, player development, signing international talent, and spending X amount of dollars on your payroll each year, then you get penalized. To me, the issue is not the Steve Cohens and the Dodgers of MLB. It's the billionaire owners crying poor.
I agree.
Please give me corporate welfare. And I think that issue is at the heart of what's going on, not just in baseball, Alan, but in all the major sports.
I think you're 100%.
Very good take.
Michael, you're 100% right. I mean, this is the revenue sharing, Michael. It's an absolutely terrific call, and he's right. And a lot of fans, there's a lot of fans that don't understand that. They always want to blame the rich owner who's throwing his money around. That's how it's supposed to work, guys. The problem is when you have small market teams, you don't have the mom and pop owner in the small market team anymore. You don't have that. It's very rare. Think about this. Like you have billionaire owners owning these small market teams. And they pretend can't really afford to put together a competitive team. So I'm going to need to take some revenue sharing from other billionaires.
And not only that, we're interested in a new stadium.
Yeah, but
and even though I personally am worth $4.5 billion, I'm going to need at least $1 billion from the taxpayers, and then I'll throw up a few hundred, maybe $100 million myself.
There's that. That's going on in Portland right now. But you also then have how we're a small market. Our market doesn't make like what the other big markets do, so we qualify for revenue sharing, and so we should get that. What you're making off the league, we get a piece of it. But you can't tell me how to spend it. I can just put it in my pocket if I want to. Or, here's the best part. You know what I could do? I could spend it on a player and take it from you. I could take that player from you with the money you gave me. Think about that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Like what?
Conceptually, that's pretty wild. That is wild stuff.
Real wild. In the old days, it made sense. You had a small market and an owner that just couldn't make this. Again, I'm counting my ticket stubs and popcorn boxes. So, yeah, I can't charge the same in my market that you can charge in yours. So, yes, there needs to be a level playing field. It doesn't exist anymore. But because everyone now in that room is a billionaire, but because I own a team in a small market, it actually probably makes more sense to own a team in a small market. Just for that reason. So I can get easy money in my pocket. Well, the Yankees have a lineup out. And it's a very interesting lineup for tonight's game against the Cardinals in the Bronx. We'll tell you who is batting where and why and keep you up to date with an hour to go at the Major League Baseball trade deadline. Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
What's up, Knicks fans? This is Josh Hart.
Knicks fans, it's Mikal Bridges, and this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com. That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn? Paycheck after paycheck. And you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino & Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates. We win a lot.
You're in charge of ordering boxes. Small boxes, really big boxes. You're in charge of tape, labels, mailers, bubble wrap, extra bubble wrap, just for fun. You're in charge of warehouse cleaning and safety supplies. Good thing there's Uline. Thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline makes it easy because you already do enough. Uline, we warehouse for you.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. We've got a big issue over at the Brooklyn Bridge. No access there heading into Brooklyn. Police department activity blocking the span. Traffic is backed up onto the Manhattan side. FDR southbound at a standstill there from the Teens. Heading over to the outbound George, not an easy ride. Cross Bronx westbound. A new crash right before the Deegan. 2 lanes are out. You're solid there from White Plains Road. Eastbound Cross Bronx, 2 lanes out for that crash with emergency crews on the scene. Going to run you about 10 to 15 as a result at the inbound George. Still have this issue on the West Side Highway northbound. Collision in the 120s. Solid ride there heading over to the outbound George and backed up into the 70s. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels 10 to 15 minutes each. This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A bent tire rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For the parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
5:03 in the big city with Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York. 800-919-3776 is the number now. 56 minutes and counting until the Major League Baseball trade deadline is over. We've had
What have we had?
We've had some movement today. So Adley Rutschman went to the Red Sox from the Orioles. The Yankees were interested, of course, in Rutschman, but the Red Sox gave up, out of the prospects they sent, 3 of their top 5 prospects. I don't think the Yankees were going to do that. Luke Weaver was traded from the Mets to the Pirates. Clay Holmes is being traded from the Mets as well, as he's close to returning from the fractured leg. He and Tyrone Taylor are going to the Cubs. Cubs have been very active, by the way, getting a couple of pitchers. I think Gausman, they got him from Toronto. And the Yankees, while they still, after getting Luis Garcia Jr. yesterday, still trying to be active. The belief is they are still seeking out a catcher. But right now, the only thing we're seeing is Helio Ramos from the outfielder, from the 26-year-old from the Giants, is somebody that they're honing in on. They've been scouting him for a little while, and he's signed for a long time. So a young player who is under contract for several years, righty bat, which is, again, they are looking for that in their lineup, but an outfielder, not a catcher. So all things to keep certainly keep an eye on. Something else to watch is, of course, the Yankees are playing tonight, and their lineup is an interesting one tonight, Peter. Would you like to play a little lineup game with me?
Well, you said there was something interesting about said lineup.
Yeah,
so,
Anthony pointed this out to me.
What's the thing?
Well, look, they're playing the Cardinals tonight. By the way, the skies have cleared.
Yeah, it does look pretty nice out now.
Yeah, so we will get a clear night. So believe it or not, despite the fact that we were lining up animals 2 by 2 earlier today, there will be no arc, there will be no flood, and
Not tonight, at least.
There will be baseball.
It is 2026 in New York, so within a day or two there'll be another flood.
Well, there probably was already somewhere, and it could
Right.
still be somewhere, but it should be dissipating. But earlier today, yeah, it was rough. But anyway, leading off, Trent Grisham, as expected, he has been, like, if I can do some commentary.
Go ahead.
That $20 million, that qualifying offer was, I mean, Cashman's made some bonehead moves. That might be that's got to be top 5. Top 5.
That's
thinking, well, we'll just
you think enlist for Wednesday?
We'll just pick up the qualifier on Grisham for $20 million. And it aged like milk. It was absolutely what you knew was going to happen. Whatever he did last year was never happening again.
Do you think that could be actually a decent list?
Oh boy, that could be a good top 5.
Top 5 Cashman.
Worst Cashman decision.
Yeah. That's actually not bad for this week. Given the deadline, I like that for Wednesday.
That's a good Wednesday. That could be fun. Anthony, we're on that. All right, don't let us forget. Ben Rice is batting second. He's going to be a DH. So making his Yankee debut, wearing jersey number 26.
Jersey number 26.
Yeah. Luis Garcia Jr.
Wow, already?
Yeah. First base. So Ben Rice is going to be the DH. So he's batting third as well. Spencer Jones, a little cleanup action for you. He'll be in left. Jason Dominguez will be in right. Jazz Chisholm at second. Then Ryan McMahon playing third. At shortstop, everybody, Jose Caballero. No Volpe.
Volpster, no, huh?
Wells will be the catcher tonight. Will he continue to be the full-time catcher? We'll find out.
That's right.
Yeah, that is, yes.
Actually, the sound of all of that was.
Yeah. And then Schlittler's on the mound. But yeah, Caballero at short. Can we just, is that going to be a thing? Can that become a thing? That's what you're looking for. But here's some Aaron Boone. You want to hear some Booney? Talking about Garcia and what he means to the team?
Go ahead.
All right. Just simply on Garcia Jr. joining the team.
Yeah, really excited. Obviously, all the action going on today, and you want to move, but it's like we got Luis Garcia in here, who's been kind of a wrecking ball in the National League this year. I think leading that league in slugging, I think becomes an instant presence in our lineup. And obviously we've had our struggles offensively for a good stretch now, and we think he helps that a lot. So excited to get him in here. Here are some amazing things about the person. So looking forward to having him get settled in here and getting to know him a little bit, but excited about the presence he brings to this team.
He is going to love hitting at Yankee Stadium. Huge pull rate, as they say.
Pull rate?
Yeah, pull rate.
You know what? I got a hell of a pull rate, too.
I bet you did. You still do? Look at you.
I'm one of the best.
I'm just saying. So he's going to love the short porch. Rounding the bases.
Pull rate.
Yeah.
Who do you think's got the best? Who do you think's got the best pull rate at the station?
At the station.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put up a poll. See what the people think.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah. So where now Garcia? Think of it. He actually has played second base.
All right.
But he was so bad at it, they made him a first baseman.
Perfect.
So Booney was asked where he expects him to play mostly.
I got him at first tonight. Expect it, to be there. Some DH. He's played some second in the past. He works everywhere most days, so he's taking ground balls to give that flexibility. So first and foremost, especially these first couple of days, just want to get him settled with his routine and comfortable. And we'll see if that role evolves much. But right now, I envision him first base, DH. We'll see if there's some infield in there moving forward.
So now Jazz will feel away, but we know Jazz could play third when necessary, right? And so if you could get Garcia to play second and not be an abomination, you could technically have your best lineup because you're taking McMahon's bat out of the right. McMahon's really good as a defensive third baseman, and you could always bring him in. Like later in games, you'll put Goldschmidt at first, you'll put McMahon at third. But for the most part of a game, if you want to have your best lineup, Jazz at third, if Garcia can play second with Caballero at short, could end up being your best lineup. You know what I mean?
And
so I think they want to give it a
just
look. Volpe, he gone.
He gone?
Yeah,
no playoff roster gone?
How can you? I mean, how much more rope? How much more runway do you need? This kid need to get? Man. It's just not. It's not happening. There's no there, Peter.
There's no there.
There's no there.
There was there.
There was there, but you know who's there?
Not him.
Lombard Jr.
Yeah,
and he's waiting.
God, I would tell you, is there any team in pro sports where there's as much sort of up and down with prospects and then moving on to the next prospect and then excitement about that prospect than with the Yankees?
No, it really. I just keep going back and to some of the names that I remember that are just can't miss. Wait till you see this guy. Davy Garcia, Esteban Florial. I mean, I just, Joel Sherman, by the way, saying it's more and more possible the Yankees do not get a catcher. So the two names that they were really, Jeffers from the Twins, Goodman, said they don't appear to be moving. Heard there were some talks with the Pirates about Henry Davis, who's not the kind of bad hitter they need. So they might not get the catcher that they were expecting to try to get. And Rushman might have been the one chance they had to get one, and they decided not to pay the price that it would cost.
Henry Davis, by the way, an upgrade, hitting 175 this year.
Local guy to Bedford.
The local guy thing.
No?
If you're not hitting, you no longer we don't claim you.
It's better than Wells' 161.
That's tough. Did you hear
with 8 home runs?
Did you hear Howie Rose had a great line the other day?
Yes, I did.
Who was it he was talking about that was hitting 135?
Polanco.
Right.
Another Stearns.
Polanco hitting 135. He goes, that's not a batting average. That's the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway. That's an unreal line. Seriously. People don't realize
specific
how good of a line that is. Now Jeff Passan telling us the Yankees are finalizing a deal. Oh, this is breaking news presented by Boost Mobile.
Wait, okay.
Yeah. You got something?
I thought you did.
I thought you did.
No.
No, I mean a breaking news. I thought you had a drop. Breaking news.
No, I don't.
Oh, because you were. All right, there you go.
Something.
That's something. Jeff Passan telling us the Yankees are finalizing a deal to acquire outfielder Helio Ramos from the San Francisco Giants.
Yay!
Yeah. Yankees have been looking for a right-handed bat. And if it clears medicals, he will provide that right-handed bat. So it might not be a catcher, but it is still a right-handed bat. So that's your breaking news. It's presented by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, for life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com.
If it ends, if 6 o'clock hits and nothing else happens,
yeah,
do you feel good or do you feel?
I don't feel. I'm somewhere in between that. Yeah, that's what I feel. Yeah, I definitely feel that. And again, Garcia is here's the reason why at first base it's not the logjam you think it is. Rice is going to bat every day, whether it's a DH or he'll play first, right? But Garcia is really good against right-hand pitchers, not so good against lefties. Goldschmidt, as we know, is good against lefties. He cannot hit against righties. So there's always a way to work one or the other in, and then we'll see if they ever try him at second base. Ramos, another righty bat. That's important because they don't have many or any, and it might be the only one that they get, and they'll work him into the outfield rotation, and it just tells you how they're not really sure about Judge's future. But still, Boone talking about handling the Garcia, Goldie, Rice triumvirate at first base.
Goldie will be in there against lefties for the most part. So, I think they all kind of complement each other in that way. So, yeah, I'll kind of work it that way. I think we're due for 3 righties here and probably entering into a stretch, where we've coming out of a stretch where we've seen a lot of lefties. I think we're going into a stretch where we'll probably see a fair amount of right-handed pitching now.
I think you're going to see, that's the thing, is that teams know what to do against the Yankees because they're so lefty heavy. And that's something they had to fix. But apparently, they're not fixing it. And that's where you are right now with them. Buster Olney was on with DNR this morning.
The champ.
Now, Buster's been very busy. Got a tie on and everything today.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's the day.
It's the day.
It's Buster's
trade deadline day?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as we mentioned, Rutschman went to the Red Sox. We know the Rays aren't going to overspend, but they're going to make little moves. We know that the American League looked like it was wide open, and the Yankees should have been able to just burst through the door. They have not because of their injuries. And this is even before the Rutschman deal was done. Buster was talking about how the Yankees should be worried about all the other American League contenders.
All of them. There's so much parity in the American League. It's kind of crazy. I mean, the Red Sox, I don't think the Red Sox are a great team, but they've won 28 out of 33. They're looking for a shortstop in the trade market today. Maybe they get Otto Lopez. They have good pitching. Tampa Bay, with Freddie Peralta, maybe they get a fix there. They have some good players. The Houston Astros have played better of late. Yordan Alvarez is looks like he's a legitimate shot for the Triple Crown. There is no great team in the American League. So if you told me that the Yankees reached the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked. And if you told me they got knocked out in the first round, that wouldn't shock me either. I just don't think there are that many great teams. I think that their team is better constituted for the postseason than the regular season because of the depth of the pitching, and that may be borne out. But the other part of this is I don't think they have any idea what they're going to get out of Judge and Stanton the rest of the year.
That's the biggest thing. The Judge story, we talked about this at the start of the show, is the biggest story of the Yankee season.
100%.
Because it probably is why they aren't as aggressive. It's got to be.
Well, it affects every single – there's basically not a category, not an offensive category not affected by Judge not being available.
If he's healthy and they're still kind of like middling right now, but it's hard to believe they would be. But if he's healthy, don't you think, knowing that they needed a right-handed catcher regardless, would they have said, you know what, we're going to go for it this year because we don't know what's coming after this year with the new collective bargaining agreement and a new system and all that stuff. Judge, while he's still in his prime, we got to go for it. Do they have a different attitude to Rutschman or anybody else if Judge is healthy? I think he's the great unknown.
Alan, the Yankees are up to 112 games.
Yeah.
63 and 49. Is my math right there? It's 112 to you and me.
Sounds about right.
Aaron Judge has played, of the 112, 59 games. Yeah, that's half of the season.
Yeah.
That is affecting every single decision you're making here down the stretch.
It's not even what he's missed. It's different. If he was coming back from like a calf strain,
even
if he's coming back from something that
where
you
have an idea of exactly what it is.
Once he's healthy, he's fine. The rib thing, you have no idea. And you know one thing, he has not been able to swing a bat. He hasn't really been able to do anything. Baseball activities. And so you don't know what version of Judge you're getting. Here, more Buster this morning about the same thing. What he's hearing about Aaron Judge.
I know that they believe that when he does come back, given the nature of the injury, that he's not going to be 100% healthy when he comes back. And that's a conversation I'm sure that the Yankees, Judge, the doctors are all going to have. What's the upside? Just knowing Judge's personality and I think the personal responsibility he feels to teammates, I think he'll try to find his way back.
These are all the things we've been saying.
I think he'll try to find his way back.
First of all, there's no way he's not going to try.
I would hope not.
Right?
I like my prediction more and more every minute.
You're sounding looking great.
All right, so for those who don't know, Anthony pointed out something earlier. I think last week you first brought this up, but we talked about Malik Neighbors And now he's been sort of a pleasant surprise when it comes to availability at Giants camp. Now, he's not doing the 7-on-7, 11-on-11 stuff. He's not doing anything like that. But he is still working in drills. He has a little bit of a limp, not much, but he is coming back from the knee injury. The fact that he's on the field says, you know what? He could probably work his way to being ready for September 13th. Anthony believes that Neighbors might be playing in uniform in a real game before Aaron Judge does for the Yankees. September 13th is 2 weeks from the end of the Major League Baseball season. Is that enough time for him to find rhythm and be ready to be him in the playoffs? Because right now, as it stands, you're probably going to Fenway to play in a wild card game. Do you want that? No. But you have to then consider what comes with Judge coming back that late in the year. And even if he's like, I'm not 100%, like Buster said, but I'm not going to leave my team high and dry. I'm going to give it whatever I can. I'll give it. And then he goes 0 for 3 with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Right? And then what happens? Every fan starts ripping him. The old narrative comes back that the guy is not clutch, and nobody wants to give him any grace at all about the fact that he was dealing with an injury that is tough for a baseball player because he can't swing. He can't do anything. And how do you find rhythm when you haven't been able to swing a bat for 3 months, but you know that's coming? That's all part of it. So that's the reality of what hangs over the Yankees right now. So while Boston is one of the hottest teams in baseball, if not the hottest, coming off a sweep of the Dodgers, and they're making aggressive moves, and the Dodgers certainly continue to be aggressive, and everybody else that feels like they're a contender are doing things that look like what contenders do to get to advance the cause. The Yankees add a good bat in Garcia, don't get me wrong, but that wasn't a need. They had an outfield right-handed bat that you needed, an all-star last year in Ramos, young player. But they did not get the catcher they needed. What's the lineup going to look like? And what are they going to be when they get fully healthy, which includes Bellinger, which includes Stanton, and, of course, the biggest name of all, Judge. What are the expectations for the Yankees if with 38 minutes to go before the deadline, this is all they're going to do? 800-919-3776. We'll get to your calls. Yeah. I don't know if it's that, but it's feeling like that. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
This is the Michael K. Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote-unquote good years, the injury-decimated Yankees play those teams, and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today. 1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, half hour to go. Again, it just feels like the Mets have had their sell-off. Clay Holmes was traded to the Cubs. Weaver traded to the Pirates. Freddie Peralta went to the Rays. Nice little thank you, Freddie tweet from the Mets. Thank you. He was here for 6 minutes.
Oh, but what a 6 minutes.
The weirdest tweets. They're just the strangest tweets. Helio Ramos, the Yankees are in the process of acquiring him, pending physicals, of course. From the Giants, he can play either side, left or right field. He has a righty bat. He does hit well against lefties. That's important. Also important, he's young, 26, and he's under contract. It just seems like, I think that's what Cashman was trying to do here, is just thinking about the other side of collective bargaining and what the system might be like. They did give up Jack's son, though, in this deal.
Anytime you
Henry
say
Lane?
that, the Henry Lane joke, I mean, the Jack Lane, I just want to, hold on, just to be specific.
Yeah. Jack Lane, I know, is somebody that probably doesn't register much, but there is a large portion of the audience that knew what I was talking about.
Jack
And
LaLanne.
the fact that the two young guys on the other side of the glass got it.
Jack LaLanne, for anyone paying attention,
He's 100-something years old.
He was born 1914.
Yes, he was.
He would be 112, Alan.
Yeah, that's right. But everybody knows him.
I know, but whenever you said, Harvey, I don't know about you, but for me, when he went Jack's son, I kept thinking of anyone, pick one, Tyson, Jack's son, Jordan. I thought you were referencing Biggie, not meaning Jack LaLanne's son.
Well, his name.
It is the only LaLanne
Henry
we know.
LaLanne.
Yeah.
Right?
By the way, probably related.
You think?
Yes.
Look it up.
How
I'll tell you what. If he's related, I'm buying you lunch tomorrow.
All right.
You think there's nobody else named LaLanne?
How's it spelled?
L-A-L-A-N-E.
Is there an N-E or just N-E?
No, one N. Well, it's not LaLanne.
That's how Jack LaLanne spelled.
What do you mean? 2 ends?
2 ends. Yeah.
Is it really?
But it could change.
You know what? There was a war going on. They probably just didn't know what they were doing.
They weren't even trying.
The hand was shaking.
It's spelled differently.
It's I just
yeah. All right.
That's what I was just
2 ends.
Same way that when I said his name, you didn't listen. I wasn't listening there. It was a good thing that we had going on there.
Hold on.
It's funny for a minute.
No.
Now he's got to ruin it by facts.
I want to correct
it's not
something.
even spelled the same way.
I want to correct something.
What happened?
I was absolutely listening when he did the lane thing. I didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
There's two separate things.
Sir Harvey left.
You had Harvey, though. And you know what they say? If you have Harvey, you have America.
You really do. 800-919-3776. The Mets sell-off, though, I mean, a mission accomplished, right? What else were they going to do? Just get rid of people, collect a bunch of young players, just throw them on the field the rest of the year, get through it, and then have a whole bunch of prospects you hope to develop that you can then turn into pieces like assets you can use to rebuild your team. I just don't know how much confidence you could possibly have as a Mets fan in David Stearns being in charge of this, of the breakdown and the buildup. Because it didn't go well the first 2 times.
No. You know what they say, though?
Third time's the charm.
Third breakdown and rebuild.
Third breakdown and rebuild is the charm. This is the one. Everybody gets a third time around as general manager, right?
No, yeah, that's very common.
Oh, my God. This is so common. Let's get back to calls, shall we? Let's, Javi in Queens.
There he is.
Javier, how are you, sir?
What's up, boys? Happy summer, man. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a while.
It's August.
Peter, SummerSlam looked – yeah, I know. Peter, SummerSlam looked amazing in Minnesota. I didn't think the event was that great, but the actual venue looked like so cool for
well, that place is super dope. But did you watch the main event last night? It was a masterpiece.
I did. I felt like they really should have given the belt to Seth. I just have feelings on the matches and kind of what happened, but
I was in favor of Seth winning. I was in favor of Seth winning as well, but I thought it was still just beautifully done.
And I'm not trying to front, Peter. I'm more of a casual. Like, I'm not deep in it, but just watching the story and stuff. I thought it would have served the company better to give Seth the belt. But what I want to talk about, what I want to talk to you guys about is the Yankees. I remember I was telling Anthony a couple of months back when the Knicks were in their run, we had like this strange pull calls where it was very fun. People calling in strange Knicks names and we were all laughing.
Oh, yeah.
And now you're talking about strange pulls with the Yankees farm system of these guys that should have panned out. And now you're giving the complete opposite. This is not fun for me. It's like pow for me because I'm thinking of Jesus Montero. I'm thinking of Hal Morris. I'm thinking of Kevin Moss. I'm thinking about a lot of Danny Banuelos, like just a lot of guys that were supposed to be the next big thing and were the next big nothing. So with what's going on right now, there is no player out there that they're talking about that's available or the Yankees maybe even could have gotten that was going to put them over the top. There's no, the only thing that was available was pitching especially starting pitching. Like, that was the big thing. And that was the one thing the Yankees had. What the Yankees needed this year was for the Mets not to be terrible because their starting pitching was always in question, and they would have battled the Dodgers for Skubal. They would have battled the Dodgers for spending money. Like, the Yankees just need to focus on the AL because all this talk about the Dodgers have to make it there. And there's been a couple of times the last 2 years, I think the first round, San Diego took them to the brink. They've been taken to the brink a couple of times. So, it's like that Knicks mentality where they were 2 years ago where, they had to beat Boston. They beat Boston, but they weren't prepared to beat the rest of the league. Yeah. Yankees have to just focus on taking the AL East. And the sad thing is the only way they do anything special is if Judge comes back.
Right.
He is amazing.
Yep.
And that is way too much to put on his plate. There's no way he's going to be 100%. It's not even because Buster says that. You see with your eyes how these guys come back from injuries. Nobody comes back hitting at their best. And they're going to bring them back 2 weeks with the season to go. It's just not going to go our way this year. They're playing it scared, and they're getting ready for the stoppage. I think unfortunately they're planning down the road, and Judge is not getting younger. So I'm frustrated.
I'm with you, Javi. It's all the things it's all the things you said are all the things I'm feeling. It's like they know we don't know. And thanks for the call. We can't guarantee Judge. We don't know what he's going to be, so you can't go all in for Judge. Once you get to a point with a player like that in his career, you owe it to him to build around him for winning now. But this feels like they're planning for future, doesn't it? Because they're getting younger players, under contract players. Like, that's the kind of moves they're making, protecting prospects that they feel could be here in 2 years or 1 year or 2 years. That feels future to me. That doesn't feel right now to me.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, that kind of tells you that they're not all in on this year. And if he comes back and is healthy, they feel, well, if he's fine,
then we'll be all right anyway.
Oh, we're going to be good.
So
we're good enough.
But it's hard to tell. Again, these are the things that this was one of the main conversations you missed last week.
Okay.
Was Don fighting with Anthony about Yankee fans being spoiled.
About what?
Just about their Don's angle was, don't you appreciate that as down as the chips are right now, they're continuing to win baseball games and stay alive. And
they're treading water is what they're doing.
And stay above water.
Two series in Chicago where,
right.
Keep
in mind, this game, Don admitted this. It did not age well for him because he said this after they won against Chicago. Then they dropped 2 straight against the White Sox, and it didn't age great.
Yeah.
But the fact is, what I tried to say was, I don't think Don is thinking about it from the perspective of a Yankee fan who you have to eventually start to base things on what you see year after year. And year after year is you're hovering around, we could win 90, 95 games, but we're not serious about winning a championship.
Yeah.
And now after today, and again, there's 24 minutes left, and I'm not saying it's nothing, but if I had to say, what does it most sound like? I'd say it's this. I
don't think it's that bad.
Okay, you think it's this?
I think it's this. I think it's just rain delay.
Same old nothing.
It's just, it's just
run it back. We'll
easy.
try. Yeah, let's see what's up.
It's elevator music. That's what the Yankees kind of are right now.
But you have the right to be upset about that.
But they're
if you're a
almost
Yankee fan.
like, this is like Cashman is screaming at you, guys. This ain't it. If we're as hurt as we are, and our superstar is not going to be 100%, this is not the year to put our chips on the table. This is the year to, like, we'll fill some of the holes in the lineup, but we're not going to go all in. But what really all in is there? Who did an all in move other than Scuba? Who's the trade that it's like, oh my God, that guy? Like, other than, and Rutschman is injured, has been hurt all year, and needs to be paid a year from now. Right? He needs an extension at 28. He'll be 29 next year. Now, Boston doing that, giving up 3 of their top 5 prospects, that's a going for it kind of move for them, but they're also the hottest team in baseball.
And by the way, it's also, you could argue, slightly desperate. Like, that's a lot to give up for Rutschman, no? 3 of your top 5?
He's in his prime, and he's a 3-time All-Star. I mean, I don't know. I think.
Yeah, 3. I mean,
that's the primary player.
I wouldn't say he was a transformative player for the Orioles, but I mean, he was
he has not, right.
But they had a year or two where they were close
and never won a playoff game.
So I don't know.
So you're not bringing. See, it's not like you're bringing in.
It's not Mookie Betts.
You're not bringing in Carlton Fisk, right? Sure. You know what I mean? Like, you're not bringing in this grizzled vet who's won big playoff game. You're not bringing in Mike Piazza.
No.
You're bringing in a good young player in his prime who can help you. But, and I'm not trying to, look, I sound like I'm defending them, but I think this is what they're saying. Nick and Emerson. Nick, you're up next.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Good.
So I'm listening, and I'm kind of losing my mind here because and I'm glad you put me on after Javier because he's saying there was nobody out there and whatnot. But then you guys were just talking about Rutschman. He's exactly what the Yankees needed.
Yep.
Now, Alan, you keep saying, like, they're telling us that Judge isn't coming back, so why would we go all in? Okay, well, how contradicting is that when the buffoon of a general manager himself has been the one for years saying that the playoffs are a crapshoot? Okay, yeah, sure, the Dodgers are a behemoth. Even if Judge isn't coming back, we're all confident that Bellinger comes back and Stanton comes back, right? From everything we've done.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, and if it's a crapshoot in the playoffs, then with the starting pitching that we have now, we could beat anybody. We've seen in series, teams beat the behemoths of teams. The Miami Marlins beat the Yankees in 2003. Did anybody think that? No. So why is it that if Aaron Judge isn't coming back that we're still not trying to go all in? We're not trying to get the hitting catcher that we need. We're not trying to get a Luis Arraez batting .330 because he's not a fit.
Yeah.
How is Garcia a fit? What are they going to platoon Rice and 49-year-old Paul Goldschmidt? Come on, guys! Like this is
it's legit what they're going to do.
I am so sick and tired. Like, well, because Judge is out, we don't know when he's going to come back. We don't know if there's baseball next year.
Yep.
So even if he doesn't come back, why are you not going to try and shoot your shot now?
Nick, you're right.
It makes no sense to me. I'm irate. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day, Peter. SummerSlam was a lot of fun. You're right about the main event, spectacular, but that's it. Sorry, guys, rant over.
All good.
Frustrate the
Nick,
hell out.
great call.
Have a good one, guys.
Nick, great call. It's a great call because it's exactly how Yankee fans feel right now. It's frustrating because you're anticipating some moves that were going to send a message to the American League because this starting pitching, guys, I'm telling you, those three guys that they've got, that's a great starting pitching lineup that makes you feel like you can win any series because you got those three guys. Meaning by the time you get to the 5th or 6th inning, you're in the game. And you just need a little bit of offense, and you can win it. And you got a closer who's pretty good. Not great, good. But nobody's great in baseball right now when it comes to closing. Nobody's great. But you've got the ability to be competitive in the playoffs. So you feel like go for it. But again, as a fan, the Red Sox gave up 3 of their top 5 prospects. 2, 3, the 2, 4, and 5, right? 2, 4, and 5. Were you willing to do that? Because we can read the names off again for those who know them. I mean, Anthony had that earlier in the show. Read off the 3 names and say to yourself, you willing to give these guys up right now? Bradley Rushman, who has a wrist sprain, who also had an ankle sprain, and early in the year had something else too, back or something. I don't know. He had something, but he was out. This is the 3rd time he's been on the injury list this year. Were you willing to make all those moves right now to be all in? Because it sounds like the Yankees are not. Let's go to Anthony and Tom's River. Good, Anthony.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good.
Great show. I used to listen to Don, Peter, and Michael, and then now I listen to Michael and you guys. Real quick, I was listening. Yeah, great show. I was listening to everything you guys said, just like Nick, the caller. My thing is, I can understand what Brian Cashman is saying because he's looking at, well, let me cut my losses. Judge is maybe not coming back. We lost him for the majority of the season. Let's wait for next year. I could see that mentality, but they haven't won a World Series since 2009.
Right.
So what is that mentality every year? I mean, if they won a World Series, let's say hypothetically in 2012 and 2014, yeah, maybe. But I mean, I just don't get it. The only thing I'm thinking about is, like you just stated, is that if all them guys come back with our pitching staff, we do have a shot at winning the East. Because I mean, although Boston's on fire, I'd rather see a team be on fire now and then fade away as it comes into October.
Which does happen.
So,
which does happen, Anthony. That
right,
you might peak too soon as a team, and then you run out of gas later in the year. You don't know, but they have been. They've been on a heater, and they've been really good.
My only argument is I definitely would have did something with the catching and maybe another right-handed bullpen guy or something. I mean, I know you have to give up prospects like you stated, but I mean, I don't know. It's like you're bewolfed. You don't know what you know what I mean.
Right.
It's like you're in a maze. Like what are we going to do? Because this whole thing with Judge all year, is he coming back? He's not coming back. Is he coming back?
That's the part that's hanging over this whole thing, Anthony. I think that's been weighing on the franchise and probably impacted a lot of the decisions. You know, the bullpen's going to be affected when Rodon comes back, and he's throwing already. He should be back pretty soon. And when he comes back, you know, you've got, Warren now ends up being the 5th. And Weathers, who, you know, he's been good, bad, whatever, but he throws hard. He's exactly what you do in a bullpen. So they have their plan. But I'm telling you, we'll hear from Cashman later. I'm telling you, his whole message is going to have to do with the fact that they did address issues because they got the righty bat, that they got a guy who's good against righties, that can play first, that can give him a little pop, that's been a hot hitter, that's going to give them what they need in a lineup that has been anemic lately. And he's going to probably also say, but there were some things that cost too much, and we weren't willing to pay that price right now. And when he says right now, what he's telling you is this year, with all our injuries, there's too much uncertainty for us to be all in. We'll continue with your calls at 800-919-3776. ENN at 6. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York. Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. We've got the Yanks home tonight in the Bronx, and if you're heading that way using the inbound George, really not too bad. Upper Deck will run you about 10 to 15 minutes from 80-95. Cross Bronx eastbound, all lanes back open by the Deegan. We still have this crash, though, on the westbound side, taking out 2 lanes, FDNY on the scene. Jam there heading over to the outbound George and the Deegan from White Plains Road. Deegan just a bit busy, both up and down, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels are running about 10 to 15 minutes each. Still want to stay away from the Brooklyn Bridge heading into Brooklyn. Shut down with police department activity on the span. FDR southbound at a standstill from the 20s. Better off using the Manhattan and Williamsburg bridges. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I know how a serious accident can change your life just like that.
I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and I understand that with pain comes medical bills and time out of work. Let us get you justice.
This is John Ryan, the closer. For over 35 years, our family has been getting accident victims every dollar they deserve.
I started this firm for the injured so they can bite back against the insurance companies.
Our legacy is to get you justice. Bite back.
To get you paid. Bite back.
At D'Agostino & Associates, bite back means fight back. When you're hurt and they blame you, we bite back and get you every dollar you deserve. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. 1-800-248-3222. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Buster only joins us. Who is a team in the American League right now that should scare Yankees fans a little bit?
All of them. There's so much parity in the American League, it's kind of crazy. So if you told me that the Yankees reached the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked. And if you told me they got knocked out in the first round, that wouldn't shock me either. I don't think they have any idea what they're going to get out of Judge and Stan the rest of the year. Like none.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's not true. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Forget the couch. Go to that thing. Play the game. See them in person. Talk to that stranger. Live a little. Small acts of rebellion that bring us together. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is the Michael K. Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote-unquote good years, the injury-decimated Yankees play those teams, and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
Orgavadazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one 40% off windows and doors and no payments, no interest for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See local showroom for details. Offer ends August 31st, 2026.
When you tell someone what team you cheer for, do they apologize? Does your first childhood memory involve crying on a Jumbotron? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected from things like fire damage caused by violently unplugging the TV. Or an accidental overhand left to the drywall. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Harv he's really hitting checking lots of different boxes today. By the way, speaking of music legends.
Mood.
Speaking of music legends. You know who we had I had a lovely conversation with on the pre-show yesterday, on the Countdown show?
Covens.
No.
Not
Havlick.
No.
No. Not Havlick.
No. I said a music legend, not former Celtics, some of which are dead. No. 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 I saw lots of Dave LaGreca this weekend. I didn't see Doug.
You saw lots of Dave?
Drop! Saw him around.
Oh. All right. The way you phrase that. Look, what you do on the road, man.
No, listen, when you're on the road, you never. Darius Rucker was on the set with us.
Drop! Huge fan. Hootie.
Lovely dude.
Bart and I had him on one time on the show. And it was like.
Talking what? College football or something?
Just everything. I think it was clearly something he was part of. But, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like one of Bart's favorite interviews. Like we had such a fun, it was so much fun. Like we were supposed to only have like 10 minutes with him. We ended up like on 20.
Yeah, he was
awesome.
Lovely guy.
Yeah.
Really, and big wrestling fan, big college football fan in South Carolina.
NFL guy too.
Yeah, NFL guy. Cool dude, man. He's pretty successful in the music too.
He's done pretty well. Yeah, not bad.
It turned out good for him.
I know.
He said he's going to be,
Is he better post Hootie? Does that make sense?
No. Well, better? What does that mean, better?
Like, I don't mean him personally. I mean his music.
I don't know.
I know more of his music now than Hootie.
Oh, you do?
But I'm also I know him.
Darius Rucker became country, where Hootie was more of like a
pop. Yeah,
90s pop-ish.
Yeah, touring with Dave Matthews. That vibe.
Yeah.
Well, what's his biggest solo? What's his biggest solo record? Do I know it?
Probably.
Wow. Do you think
This is not a strong endorsement of Darius Rucker's.
Well, he doesn't like the music, so how am I going to say?
Hold on.
Oh wow.
What do you mean I don't like the music?
You don't like his solo stuff.
I've never heard it.
Right.
What do you think, Mr. Hip Hop?
No, I didn't think we were going there. I just said Peter doesn't really dabble into this.
All right, Harvey, this is where you should be now finding some Darius Rucker.
In fact, you should be searching. What's the
Beers
biggest?
and Sunshine was a big summer song. I don't know, back in 2022. He did Wagon Wheel by himself.
He redid it?
He redid it on his own.
Yeah. Did he do To Be a Man with, was he part of that? Him and there was like
Well, that's him with.
Yeah.
That's him with who?
Pretty good. You like that?
I thought he did that with. I thought he did that with them. Didn't he do that with Hootie?
With the Blowfish?
Yeah.
Hootie and them boys.
And them boys.
By the way,
Wagon Wheel's a big one. If that's considered on his own, then that's a big one.
For the record, I pulled a complete Stephen A.
What'd you do?
On the Countdown show.
Okay.
There's a women's tag team who had a match called Fatal Influence. Okay. And the women in the tag team are JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Lainey Reed.
And you couldn't remember all three.
And as we're sitting here, it's easy to do. But TV, fast, hard, and I can mess it up here. It won't matter.
Yeah.
It was moving quick, and I just went, hey, when JC Jane and them girls get in there, I didn't want to take
Peter.
I didn't want to take a risk on
you had to
saying Fatal Attraction instead of Fatal Influence.
Oh.
I didn't want to call Lainey.
No, just
JC and them girls.
Everybody knew you were talking about.
They knew.
Nobody was
JC
like,
and them girls.
Now, and them girls might have felt the way.
Right. I don't think that. Hopefully, they didn't notice.
And the rest. I mean, you don't want that.
No, but
you want your name said, not and them boys.
Connor McDavid and them boys coming to town.
Exactly. Let's take Steve in Middle Village. Steve, what's happening?
Hey, how are you? Welcome back from vacation, Peter. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for taking the call. I been working here, and I've been listening off and on to what you guys are saying, and I want to go back to something that Don said about Yankee fans, and I'm a lapsed Yankee fan. I'm a lapsed MLB fan at this point. I've been watching a lot of videos recently with Cecil Fielder and a couple of other old fossils like that, where people who were younger than me, but because I'm pretty old, and there is no drama anymore in baseball with statistics or anything like that. When I was listening to all the trades going on, I began to go, because I'm still kind of like I'm over 70 now. I still love the game, and I want to find out more about the players that they got. None of the statistics that I used to remember as a younger person or as a middle-aged guy, man, this guy's hitting 330, or this guy has 15 wins in this time. I guess I'm not analytical. A lot of the stuff that's happening now is just, I don't know, it's disheartening because the game has gone downhill. If we have to wait until the beginning of August to really get revitalized again about baseball, I just want to remind everybody that the trade deadline used to be June 15th, and then that's what your team was, and you were stuck for the rest of the year, and you had to root these guys. But it was a different world then. It's less entertaining. That's all I want to say. And I feel badly for Yankee fans because they have gone through, and I'm an old Yankee fan, they expect a lot, and they spend a lot of money to give to the Steinbrenners to put a team on there, and they seem to spend more money on names to get fannies in the seats, as Boss Steinbrenner used to say. I think I ranted enough, and I'll keep my mouth shut, and I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. And thank you for letting me rant. You
got it, Steve. This is the day for that because, again, for a lot of Yankee fans, there is this underlying frustration. But you do have this feeling of you should just be happy with what you have, which is what Don, I think, was trying to tell Anthony. But in reality, if you're a Yankees fan today, you're frustrated. You're also confused. And I'm sure we'll hear from Brian Cashman later on to explain what went down at the deadline. But what's going down next is ENN.
Like you dream about.
Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions: sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Hey! My dad is bringing home the best birthday cake ever!
It was my 5th birthday, and my dad was bringing home the cake.
Should have been here a half hour ago.
The cake never made it, and neither did my dad.
911, what's your emergency?
That was the day a drunk driver killed my dad.
Daddy?
Impaired drivers take lives. Think.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee. Aired in cooperation with the New York State Broadcasters Association.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. Get home safe and quick. We've got the Yanks home in the Bronx. First pitch just a little over an hour away. No issues at all at the inbound George. Quiet ride for both the upper and lower decks. Cross Bronx westbound just picked up that crash over by the Deegan. Still jammed there heading over to the outbound George. You're bumper to bumper from the Bronx River Parkway. Deegan a bit bunched up, both up and down, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnel's not too bad, about 10 to 15 minutes each. New York Liberty are home tonight at the Barclays in Brooklyn and still have this issue at the Brooklyn Bridge. No access getting onto the Brooklyn side. Police department activity blocking the span. FDR southbound at a standstill from the 20s. BQE, your typical delays in both directions, bumper to bumper approaching Atlantic Avenue. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
I don't know. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Good. Welcome to ENN. It's brought to you by, wait for it, Boost Mobile.
Yes, it is.
I'd like to start off today by saying good evening to Alan and myself.
Who sings this?
Mary Jane Girls.
Yeah, let her do it.
You know what? That was pretty good.
All right, so that like my kids do that all the time.
Oh.
You catch us singing. Hey, who sings this? And, we get all excited. They want to know our music. Oh.
Let her do it.
This is Hall & Oates. We'll let them do it.
Damn. kids.
Savage.
And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you damn kids.
Right? Meddling kids.
Good evening, Harvey.
Cinema. Cinema.
Good evening to myself. Because you're like a weird, you're like a little child man. And
You said
want,
weird?
Child.
Cinema.
Now,
That flag was still there.
Man, this was
still
tough.
there.
so this was Martha Reeves
Yeah.
singing at the, which event was this now?
The
first-
opening of the Women's Professional Baseball League.
Yeah.
Oh. She sung the national anthem. Let's see how bad it really could have been.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
No, why is this happening?
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming.
Why, Martha?
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts.
No, why is it sounding like that?
Were so gallant.
She's trying really, really hard.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs burst.
How could anyone have allowed? No, come on, man.
Did they hear her practice? Or did they just say, we're going to have her sing and expected that she'll be fine?
Still there.
These two women that are singing with her,
Trying to like,
they're trying to be respectful.
they should have just like touched her like.
Yet wait, or the land of the free
No,
and the home of the brave.
I mean, Martha Reeves of Martha and the Vandellas. You know, it's legendary.
That wasn't the Vandellas with her.
I don't
Was it?
know. I don't know.
It sounded like at one point they drove, one of them was just like whispered up, bless your heart. Bless her heart. But you tell me there was, you know this from being at major events.
She's 85, by the way.
I know.
So.
No, this is not about, this is about
Just letting
those who put this together.
Right.
They do mic checks, sound checks.
Right.
No one just shows up and belts out the anthem. They all do it because they want to make sure everything. Boy, that like seriously, this is That almost sounds the same.
Let the boy watch.
It almost sounds the same. But those who are in charge, those who put together this event,
right?
It's on them.
I agree.
Not on Martha.
Because once you heard her, you have to go up and say, "Hey, are you not feeling all right,
sweetie? We're not going to do this. Respectfully.
No, we respect you. That's why we're not.
We
doing
don't want. I don't know if you can hear yourself, but it's not great. And boy, she was trying, man. Like she.
Were there people in the crowd? Was it like? Was there a legit?
There were people there. Yeah, I saw the video.
And the rocket's red glare.
I mean, doesn't it sound like Edith?
Our Edith from the radio station? Oh,
No.
Edith from Archie Bunker?
Yes.
Or the ramparts we
You don't hear an Archie. You don't hear that in there?
Cinema.
It's not cinema. That was not cinema. That was not a great moment. We could have done that in the weekend recap. I decided against it.
No, thank you for leaving it. We needed it here.
Yeah, we needed it. That was an ENN thing for sure.
Ovens, Haveslack,
Nope.
Hahn shown.
Another one where somebody should have been nearby going. Ronnie,
Well, you know,
Ronnie.
We played the whole thing last week, and he starts off on a roll. He gets a bunch right.
So where did this come from? Did this just happen to
I think it came
emerge on the socials?
It might have been Trump thinking that Kershaw was still pitching.
And Peter didn't know that this Reagan sound existed.
I didn't know about it.
Oh, I see.
So Don goes, it's like with Reagan and the Celtics.
So
and
when,
I said, I didn't know.
when the Dodgers visited the White House.
And Trump goes, and Kershaw, he's still pitching great. And everyone's like,
yeah, no.
He's not doing it.
Well, he is
anymore.
in the backyard maybe. but-
Sure. So we started having the conversation. Now, he did better. Listen to Reagan, though. He starts off good, and then he just falls apart.
Cozy, Sharman, Ramsey, Russell, Sam and Casey, Jones, Hahn shown, Haveslack,
Hahn shown.
Covens and White.
Oh. Well, White he got. At least you got JoJo right.
Got JoJo.
I hope not.
He said, "I hope I didn't miss it."
Hahn shown.
Because it's spelled like that.
Yeah.
He read it phonetically. It's Sohn.
Heinsohn.
It doesn't look like Heinsohn.
Cowens.
It looks like Heinsohn.
Cowens, that's a dub. That's a W.
Covens.
It's not two V's.
Covens.
It's the W.
Covens.
Skinner. By the way, Havlicek's not an easy name either.
No, Havlicek's not easy.
Havlicek.
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 Because it can really mess with you.
It sounds like.
Did he say koozie right, though? He did say koozie.
Did. This sounds like some sort of medicine that there's an advertisement for, like a sleep aid.
Havlicek.
You got to have Havlicek.
Havlicek. Side effects include nausea,
the
vomiting.
The condition known as hot dog finger.
Havlicek.
Let the boy watch.
So anyways, that happened. Oh, also, guys, I managed to avoid, by the skin of my teeth, a curse from Danhausen.
I won all of my human monies, you saw?
Congrats.
I also gave some away. Did anyone get some here? You're going to have to give them your human monies after I leave.
That's to me.
Your.
He doesn't. He's cursed.
No.
I'm putting you on the spot.
I don't know how much
They gave Danhausen a live microphone and said, go out there. So, here I am.
Okay, great.
So he said to me, you need to give them human money.
Your human money.
And then he said, and if he doesn't, he's cursed.
Right.
So
he said it like a wicked leprechaun.
That's kind of his vibe.
Yeah.
So he leaves, and I get a text a few minutes later from my wife. And she says, hey, are you cursed? And I said, no, honey, LOL. And she goes, do whatever you need to do to not be cursed. We need all the positive vibes we can get.
Wow.
And I'm, as God is my witness.
You emptied your wallet?
I went out. I gave away $40 in human monies to people.
Did you really do this?
Honest to God. I had two $20 bills. I went up to one kid. I went, Danhausen said I need to give away money. Here you go. I went up to another kid. I said, Danhausen said here you go. Nobody's cursed now. Let's just all. And I know it sounds insane, but I just kept thinking about that Knicks run.
I might have done the same thing.
I know Don would go crazy.
No.
I don't want any smoke. In case.
Like, is $40 worth your
peace of mind?
Peace of mind.
Anthony, am I absolutely nuts, or would you have considered it?
Like, if your wallet had $200 in it, would you have still done it?
No. I wouldn't have. No. If they were $200 bills?
Like the fact, no. Like that you had $200.
Well, no.
Like if you were carrying $200 on you.
I wouldn't have given it all away.
That's what I mean.
And I didn't. By the way,
I said you have to give away your human monies.
I still had one more 20. He said you have to give away human monies.
He didn't say all of it.
No.
Oh.
Give away human monies.
Yeah.
Now, if I'd had singles, I would have given out singles. But I didn't. I had 20s.
That would have been something.
So I gave it to one kid, and he didn't even pay attention, and it annoyed me. So I said, I'm going to pick another kid who's actually happy to take my human monies. No, I'm not kidding. The other, because I was...
What was he just not... Like, he had no idea what you were doing?
Big E was walking behind me, and he was just like, oh, Big E. And I'm like, I just gave you $20, kid.
Oh, he just took it from you?
He just took it.
Did you take it back?
No. I was giving away the human monies, so I gave away the human monies.
Wow. That would have annoyed me, too.
It's like $20. That's not... You're not
going to say thank you?
$20.
You're cursed. Give it back.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, I avoided the Danhausen.
Now you got to watch, though. So that's the only thing. To me, it's the peace of mind.
It's worth $40 for peace of mind.
If you're like, I'm not doing that, and then your flight gets canceled, you don't get home.
By the way, think about what happened with my flight.
Perfect landing. In the rain. Pouring
no
rain.
Other flights got
Everybody else is canceled. Your flight, right in.
And I landed. I look out the window.
Yeah, on time. You left on time.
Landed. It's just buckets
at
coming
Newark,
down.
Where
at Newark.
Nothing lands on. Birds don't land on time at Newark.
And then I get an Uber. I ride home. Traffic's not bad. I get a little nap at home before work so I can at least survive the day.
And you're going to tell me this is...
No, there's no... I'm not playing Don's reindeer games. His whole not believing in things.
No.
By the way, can't believe I'm saying this.
Say it.
But for the second time, we have lost Big Pussy. R.I.P. to Vincent Pastore.
Oh. Jeez.
80 years old.
Vincent Pastore, yes. From the Bronx.
Yeah, man.
Beloved.
The beloved Vincent Pastore. What a guy.
He was always seen in the Bronx, Little Italy. He was always up that way.
Yeah, he was out and about, huh?
Oh yeah, they beloved up in that neighborhood.
Stinks, man.
Sad. How old was he? 80 something.
80.
80. Yeah. 80.
You know who's not taking that? No. No way. And I get it.
Okay, taking 101 today?
Yeah, what was the 101 we had?
Marv Levy.
Oh, Marv Levy.
We lost Marv today. That's right. Hell of a run. Would Michael take it? I think so. I don't know if he'd admit it, but I think he'd take it. He wouldn't want to say it, but he'd take it.
Did you
just? Oh no!
Oh no! Wait, hold on.
Oh no!
Oh no! It was his birthday. Oh no! It's his 101st birthday.
Oh my God!
Dear God!
Oh dear!
No! Marv Levy's still.
Dear God! Sorry, Marv. I was flying today.
Did you actually do it?
He did it.
Oh no!
Oh no! I didn't mean to kill you, Marv.
I thought it was a bit. I thought you were doing it.
It wasn't a bit. I accidentally killed Marv.
I looked up for Anthony's face because I needed acknowledgement that wasn't it his birthday?
Oh boy!
Or did I read that wrong?
Oh boy!
I thought he was still with us.
When you guys sent the Marv Levy pick, I was kind of running around and not paying attention. So when you just brought up Marv Levy, would you take? No, because we were talking about numbers you would take. When Anthony, hear me out though. When Anthony said, "Would you take 101?"
Yeah.
I assume that means we lost him.
Oh, right here, right now. This is, by the way, your radio home of the Buffalo Bills.
That's right.
ESPN New York. Right here, right now. Happy 101st birthday to Marv Levy.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Not R.I.P. Marv Levy.
Oh boy.
Now we're really going to test this thing. Because if we get another tweet from the Buffalo Bills tomorrow.
No, that's not what happened, by the way. Don did not kill.
It was like years after.
It was years. Sidney Poitier was fine after Don killed him.
Was he, though?
Yes.
Or did he start to feel something?
Right.
It didn't feel right after that day.
Right in that moment.
I can feel it all the way down in my plum.
Right,
Don can rest finally. Oh, there's going to be drops made of this.
I don't think so.
Oh, I think so.
It wasn't as dramatic.
How did
There'll be a video at the very least.
We'll see if it came out.
But
how it came out. It's Anthony's fault.
But by the way, 101.
Yeah. Hell of a number.
I'll tell you what. When you say, would you take it? My answer would be no, but not that I'd want more.
You'd want less.
I want less.
But what if Marv's doing great?
It's a lot. Is he? I don't know. I'm sure he's doing fine. But after you killed him.
I did not.
Not as much.
Marv is doing just fine. God bless him.
But 101, though. You really want 101.
If I'm good, I do.
Do you want to know what the world's going to be like?
Shot dead.
When it's when were you born?
What do you say?
When were you born?
79.
79. 2079.
2080.
Do you really want? Do you want to know what the world is like? Like you know how out of touch you're going to be? Like things that like your great grandkids will be doing. You won't have a clue. Like what the hell?
Well, everyone.
In my day, we had a cell phone. That's cute. That's cute, Grandpa.
Everyone's 101 is different. I can't believe
my grandmother lived to 90, and she would tell me stories about when she saw her first automobile on the road. Blew her mind. It's crazy.
But she was in good shape, you said.
She was. And then she was 90, and she was like, I'm good. One more Christmas, then I'm out of here.
And she said that to everyone.
Literally. And within weeks, she gone. Happily.
That's unusual.
It is.
It's a hell of a run. That's how you do it right there.
Called her shot. I give her credit.
Calling her shot?
Yeah.
You don't do that every day.
I give her credit. She waited till after Christmas, too.
She said, well, I like Christmas. I want to enjoy Christmas.
Yeah. Blew my mind. I was sad and I was happy at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I was sad and I was like.
Sad to lose her, happy she went on her terms.
Like tough as nails, this little woman.
She just said, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm all set. Loved it.
Yeah, she's like the Knicks with regard to, LeBron James. She's good. I get it. But
right.
It depends. Because think about it like this, Alan. If you're doing great at that time, you're going to have grandkids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you're going to have your kids.
And then you have great-grandkids at some point. Not me, though. My kids are older.
Even your 25-year-old.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, you have.
If you're doing good, you want to.
You definitely have grandkids, and they're going to be growing up. And obviously, you want to. Right. Life's chapters, right? So you can't ever say
that you wouldn't want the chapter.
But I also don't want to be like completely lost.
What if you're still on the Knicks broadcast?
Like I'm just trying to watch my program and I can't because I don't know what this is. I used to watch it on a TV. What is this thing?
I believe
I couldn't do it.
I believe you, Wally, and Pito will still be
doing Knicks games.
Yep. That's what I believe.
2070.
Who is the oldest? Scully was Scully 90?
He had to have been like in his late.
Scully was around 90, right?
He's up there, yeah. He was.
What's Uke?
Who?
Bob Uecker. No.
Not.
No.
No?
No. Are you killing Uke?
Did I?
He passed away in 2025.
I do remember
Are
this.
you sure?
Yes, I'm yes.
We discussed it.
You know, I remember Michael's episode. Actually, I was
let's
listening.
be in the front row.
How old was Uke?
And I think, hadn't he retired at that point or taken a step back?
He definitely, yeah.
A step back.
Remember, he was
90.
He did like one last broadcast for the Brewers. Right? Remember that? They did like a send-off.
Yeah, they brought him back.
This has been a tough ENN for the living and the dead.
Well, that's the thing. Peter's bringing back some people and killing off others.
So Scully, that's the name of ENN. Scully made it to 94. But he'd been retired for what, 2-3 years?
Yeah, Scully was retired for a couple years before he passed.
Last game was age 88.
88?
God bless.
See, that's why you don't retire, though.
Still sounded amazing, too.
If he kept going, he might still be with us. Retirement is a real, when you've been working your whole life, man.
That's my mother. That's her thing. She's turning 80 in a couple of weeks.
Is she still working?
And she's still working.
That's right.
And it's like,
Keep going.
We're asking her again, like, are you going to go another year? Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Because it's like,
what else am I going to do?
You got to have your why.
What does she do?
She works for the church.
Why would you ever stop work unless she's all of a sudden not able to do the job?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you not do it?
No. She loves it. Religious education, a big deal for her.
God bless.
Doing it in her whole life.
Yeah.
Wants to keep doing it.
That's not how we use God bless on this show, but still.
Sure.
I don't want to use
it. Watch your mouth.
Yeah, I don't want to use that God bless on Alan. No, not on about Alan's mother.
No. God bless. Watch your mouth. My mother you're talking.
I don't think we have that one.
That's not how you use that God bless.
No, God bless is
I'll tell you what, do you have it over? You have it over it? Is God bless still there?
Oh.
You would use God bless in a different way. For example, I just saw a picture pop up on my timeline. Chelsea Green won the title last night, and there's a picture of her and her sister, Tessa Green. God bless. That's how you properly use it.
Yeah. Thank you. Well done. It's good usage.
You gotta get it right.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
You want to hear from Todd Bowles?
Todd Bowles is still with us?
Oh, no.
God
bless. He's reacting to what Baker Mayfield had to say.
Yeah.
About the
I heard you guys are putting him on the Jets.
Yeah, damn right we did. It was fun.
I didn't have a reaction. He had a few things to say. He said it. We were all about ball today, and we moved on. I've heard a lot worse, Dennis, so I don't really have any thoughts on it. As long as they're doing their job and they come to work every day, if there are conversations that need to be had, we'll have it as a team, and we understand that as well. So we're good.
DB doesn't handle this stuff. That's another office. So for him, he's got no time for this. He you know what? He wants Baker a little fired up too. He wants him being petty.
He's not mad.
Go
for it. Prove something.
Deep down, I think Todd Bowles loves this because he knows he's going to get Baker with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, which he always has anyway, and he might get a good version of him this year. So that's not a coaching problem. That's not the guy you ask about it.
Yeah, I don't see why, if you're Todd Bowles, as much as you want them to keep him, Todd Bowles is trying to go out there and have a great season. You're going to get a lot from Baker this year. The problem is, though, once they go down this road and he plays, if they don't ever come to him and try to get it right, do you just decide you're done?
If you're Baker, do you keep negotiating into the season, or do you go, no, I'm walking?
And that's it. And now I'm walking no matter what?
Well, think about it. he's got to know, looking at the quarterback market, like you guys already had him on the Jets. You think he wouldn't love being in New York, a guy like him?
And by the way, I think he can handle it too.
Of course he can. Oh, it's right up his alley. Playing for a team like the Jets would be right up his alley. And, of course, it's so typical of the Jets to go for a guy like him.
However, that being said, I do not believe that he should live in MetLife Stadium.
No.
Okay, taking 101 today?
Yeah, what was the 101 we had?
Marv Levy.
Oh, Marv Levy.
We lost Marv today, that's right. Hell of a run.
I wish I said on the air we did, because that's what I said to Anthony.
You said it off the air?
We did.
Hold on, there's another.
I should have said
I would like to say this. I'm going to play that moment again.
That would have been great.
And there's two things. One, the way Harvey says Marv Levy, it's like he says Marv Evie. It doesn't. It's just that.
Oh, really? You're going to try to deflect now?
No. It's on me.
Okay.
But I'm just giving you a little bonus. Was the way
see what
Harvey,
he's doing? He's dragging you into his mistake.
Okay, taking 101 today?
Yeah, what was the 101 we had?
Marv Levy.
Oh, Marv Levy. Yeah, what were you eating?
We lost Marv today, that's right.
No, you were
Had
eating
Starburst.
Hell of a run.
He had a Starburst.
So I didn't make that up.
This guy's got a Starburst in his mouth.
Marv
He's a
Levy.
professional. Let me
Marv
turn on my
Levy.
microphone in the middle of a bite. Could have put it on.
Oh no! Wait, hold on.
Oh no!
Oh no! It was his Oh no! It's his 101st birthday.
Oh my God!
Dear God!
It wasn't a bit. I accidentally killed Marv.
Listen, you're going to win the Fakakta Drop Madness, so I don't know what you're complaining about.
I'm back, baby.
The 20 votes we're going to get for Drop Madness, Peter's going to win it.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Unrelated. Do you have something like this on your microphone?
Yeah, there's. It looks like lipstick.
What the hell is this? Because this is. I'm like.
It's like brown.
No. Brown dots.
Let me see.
Come on.
It wasn't a bit. I accidentally killed Marv. Fudge.
What? Do we clean these?
Chocolate soft serve on your mic. I don't know what's going on here.
This is no. I'm not joking. I didn't look at the microphone. Like, you just sit down and you start talking, right? But just for 1 minute, I just sat back and I looked at it and I see these dots and I'm going, that shouldn't be there.
Guys, some other.
I don't like this.
No, I don't like it either. Some other big sports news. This is very, very big. Congratulations are in order to Donald Trump. The president has won his 43rd club championship at one of his golf courses.
This is so Burns. Like this.
It's the most Mr. Burns thing of all time.
Such a Mr. Burns thing.
He wins the tournament every year.
You would think.
And they present him with the whole thing.
Like, is this is seriously though, this is Kim Jong-un. This is Putin.
No, it's all of it. Wow, he won again.
Ooh, the German.
He won again.
Like, you would think just one time he's like, all right, let somebody else win so they don't think
No way.
It's fixed.
Why would you do that? It's and that'll do it for ENN on this Monday evening. Wow. It got interesting, folks. God bless. You have to play the thing. There it is. Thank you so much.
Okay, taking 101 today?
Yeah, what was the 101 we had? Oh, my God.
Marv Levy.
Oh, Marv Levy. Yeah.
We lost Marv today. That's right. Hell of a run.
I mean, it's been a hell of a run. It continues to be.
And it continues. The run
and
continues.
So does this show for now. 800-919-3776.
I want to. I do want the drop of just Harvey's Marv. It wasn't a bit. I accidentally. I need the Marv.
Marv Evie.
I need Marv.
Marv
Evie.
Yeah, it's really good. Starburst.
Marv Evie.
Don Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
This is the Michael K. Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote unquote good years, the injury decimated Yankees play those teams and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
D'Agostino, Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn, paycheck after paycheck, and you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino and Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino and Associates. We win a lot.
Hey, Yankees fans. Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st, as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at yankees.com/tickets.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Buster only joins us. Who is a team in the American League right now that should scare Yankees fans a little bit?
All of them. There's so much parity in the American League, it's kind of crazy. So if you told me that the Yankees reached the World Series, I wouldn't be shocked. And if you told me they got knocked out in the first round, that wouldn't shock me either. I don't think they have any idea what they're going to get out of Judge and Stan the rest of the year. Like none.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hi, thanks for calling Uline.
Wait, did the phone even ring?
Nope.
Okay, so you answered before the ring. But now you're going to put me on hold, right?
We don't do that here. We're real people answering the phone, ready to help with your order when you are.
Uline has thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline, we warehouse for you.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
All right, 800-919-3776. We'll get calls here to finish up the show. In reaction to the Yankees trade deadline, the Mets did what they were supposed to do, I think. Just you're moving out pieces, you're gathering up prospects, and you're just hoarding as many assets that you can for a future rebuild that apparently David Stearns is going to be in charge of. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what it looks like. But on the Yankee side of things, The need was catcher. Brian Cashman himself said the obvious need was a right-hand hitting catcher.
And yet,
they could not get one.
No.
And Adley Rutschman was somebody that was going to cost a lot. The Red Sox were willing to pay that price, and they did, and they get him. And so the Yankees instead get a right-handed hitting outfielder in Helio Ramos, who can play left and right field, hits for power, but you know what else he does? Strikes out a lot. And isn't that really what the Yankees look for? Right? Power hitters who strike out a lot. Okay.
That is the vibe of the Yankees in general.
Sure feels like it. Luis Garcia is somebody also that is, at least he's good against right-hand pitchers. He has been really a red-hot bat in the National League for the Nationals, and now he will be in the Yankee lineup actually tonight. The Yankees play St. Louis Cardinals in the Bronx in just a few minutes. But it's just like this is all they did. Not more, not less. Didn't fill a need. Now Ramos is signed for the next at least 4 years. So you're also getting a young guy, just like Garcia, two guys that are young and controlled contracts. And that tells me that this is about future, not immediate future. Which also tells you that Brian Cashman will say whatever he does when he does talk to the media, and we know he will, but Brian Cashman is basically going to let you know, without saying it bluntly, we don't know what Judge is going to bring us. And so if we're healthy and Judge is fine, this lineup should be good enough with our pitching to contend. And he's not wrong.
No.
Because the pitching, they have three quality starting, but three aces. And Rodon will be back, and it gives you a fourth guy. And Warren and obviously Weathers. Weathers can go in the bullpen. Like, you'll be fine when it comes to pitching. The lineup has been an issue, especially because they're so lefty-heavy. But if they have everybody in the lineup and are healthy, and you can dare to say by October they could be. Bellinger, Stanton, Judge, everybody could be in the lineup by then. And with those options that you have and the different ways you can play them, I mean, you can put Garcia at second. He might not be great defensively, but you could do it. And you can move Jazz to third. That's your better lineup without McMahon. But if you have health, you can say, and that's what I think Cashman's going to say. He's going to tell you that this lineup with our pitching is good enough to contend. But what he's not going to tell you is, but we aren't sure that we're going to be healthy. And most importantly, we don't know what Aaron Judge is going to be after sitting out what's going to be about 3 months. And if he plays even a little bit in September to get ready for the postseason, we don't know what he's going to be then. And so you are not going all in, giving up future prospects for a year that you really don't know what you're getting out of your best player. So that's why I think while it looks like Cashman was conservative, I think he was telling you, I don't know if this year's team is going to get that kind of investment from us when after this season's over and after the work stoppage, if there is one, and a new CBA, we don't know what's going to be on the other side, but we need to keep our prospects where they are because we've got some guys that could be ready to play in 27 and 28, and if there's cost certainty, we might need that. We might need to have some young guys that are ready to step into the lineup and play for us because there's going to be restrictions on how much teams can spend. That's what I think the business plan was. And the Judge injury was, I think, the motivating factor in all of this. The fact that he hasn't there's been no update. And we might not have one for another 2 weeks until the middle of the month.
That's the weirdest part to me, by the way.
Continues to be, yeah.
I don't understand why we haven't at least checked again. It was at the All-Star break that we checked.
Yeah.
There's no more, nothing to check? That's not very promising.
Well, I guess Cashman is talking.
He said he was
now.
feeling good. Cashman is talking now?
Yeah, it sounds like it. So it's, as we said, the Yankees had conversations with the Orioles. about Adley Rutschman. Cashman did confirm that, but they could not come to an agreement on price. And let me remind everybody, the Red Sox gave up their number 2, number 4, and number 5 prospects. Of the 4 prospects they gave up, 3 of them were in the top 5 in their organization. So that's some of their most important players when it comes to assets. And the Yankees were not going to they weren't willing to give that up. It's as simple as that. They couldn't agree on a price, tells you they were not willing to give up what Boston was willing to give up. And if you're the Orioles, you take the best deal. And that's what they did.
Yeah, I mean,
and there were no other catchers to get. Did any other catchers that could have helped the Yankees get moved? Did anybody else?
I guess the question is, do you think this is the Yankees being too precious with prospects? Or would you have rather just stood pat?
Yeah, again, I don't know enough about Judge's situation, but Cashman might.
But can't they win without Judge?
No.
You don't think they can?
No.
In this AL, you don't think they can at least get there?
No. I don't think. I think for them to win what would be 3 series just to get to the World Series, you would need Judge as the linchpin to an offense that around him, again, Rice, Bellinger, Stanton at times, like you have pieces around him that could make that lineup formidable. But I don't think without him, they're as formidable.
No,
and now you're putting so much on your starting pitching, it just makes it very difficult. I would not have invested either. That's why I gotta believe that's what Cashman was thinking. That Judge is such a variable this year and not a constant. He's such a variable. It's not. It was not worth the risk to give up high-end prospects. Kylie McDaniel on Baseball Tonight on what the Red Sox gave up for Rutschman.
I mean, I can't tell you what I said when I heard about this trade. We have to get another 7, maybe 14 seconds of delay. This is a wild overpay on the face of it. Now, you can do all the caveats of, well, these teams know these players better than anybody else. Who knows how this is going to work out? Maybe they know some stuff we don't know. Maybe they're being aggressive. But this seems like Baltimore had a high price on Rutschman. The Red Sox really needed to add a power hitter after losing Meade. They traded, if we're talking rough rankings on a top 100 list, Anthony Ianson, roughly 50th on the list. Azakar, roughly 100th on the list. And then Witherspoon, roughly 150th, just off the list with a chance he was preseason on the top 100. They got 3 real guys plus a big league catcher. For a guy in Rutschman, whose value was down last year, has come back this year. This seems like Boston really pushed some chips in to the point where some people in the industry are wondering how they ended up with this being the package.
So they went all in, clearly. And wouldn't you? If you're Boston, because there's uncertainty after this year. You don't know what's coming. The American League does have uncertainty in it right now. Look at the Yankees. You don't know what Judge is going to be. They think they can catch the Yankees. I'm telling you right now. On their tails right now. And don't they play each other in a couple of weeks? I believe they see each other pretty soon, right? So there's that part of it. And they probably feel like we got to go for it this year because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. They had a different attitude because of the way their team was playing. If the Yankees were the team that was 28-3, maybe they would have had a different attitude as well. But they didn't. And so where they are right now is where it always seems, Peter, they are.
Yep. Hovering around.
How many years now has it been that every time it's like the Yankees are all in? Like, I guess Juan Soto was a very interesting move that they made.
Yes.
You know, Michael King being a key piece to that. But that was that, wow, the Yankees are really swinging for it, thinking they can get him in, and then we can convince them to stay.
And they immediately won the World Series.
Yeah, and they went to the World Series.
Oh.
Went to the World Series. But that was treated like a huge success, remember? Because they went.
It didn't age that way,
Did
though.
not. No, it did not.
And where they lost.
And also, how many other, Garrett Cole went all in. There were moments where it felt like, okay, you're acting like the Yankees again. But then there isn't. So I understand the frustration if you're a Yankees fan. This is your place to express that frustration. But I do understand that Brian Cashman might be telling you that Aaron Judge is a variable, and we can't bet on that variable. Cashman is talking. We'll get a little bit from him before we go. Stay with us. Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Tricon Construction is growing across New Jersey, delivering larger, more complex commercial projects with the precision today's developers expect. Because when the timelines, capital, and reputation are all on the line, you need more than a contractor. You need a true construction partner. Tricon brings experienced leadership, disciplined project management, and a team built around accountability and execution. From planning to completion, they build with purpose, professionalism, and pride. For serious commercial projects, build with Tricon. Visit triconbuilds.com. That's triconbuilds.com.
This is the Michael K. Show.
I think that when you watch a team every single day, I think we get more of a harsh perspective because teams that are having quote-unquote good years, the injury-decimated Yankees play those teams, and they seem to handle them quite well. Maybe things are not as bad as we all think they are because we're watching them every single day.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Rich, Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now, but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Hey, guys. It is Peter Rosenberg, and you guys know me. I'm always open about what's going on with me, and lately I've been dealing with some annoying pain, and I finally decided I wasn't going to ignore it anymore. That is what led me to Dr. J. Shaw at Samuel Payne. I've been dealing with this upper back, lower neck situation. So I hit up Dr. Shaw, and now I already understand why people recommend him so much. Ivy League trained, double board certified, non-surgical approach to helping people get their lives back on track. So if pain is keeping you from enjoying your summer, don't just live with it. Check out Samuel Payne. Visit SamuelPayne.com.
Double board certified, by the way.
That's right, not one.
No, there's 2 boards. They both certified.
Both said official.
That says official. Brian Cashman. So what do the additions of Helio Ramos and Luis Garcia Jr. give this offense?
So ultimately, I think we've got some of the best slug on both of these guys against opposite hands in the game, as addition to the to our offensive lineup. So I think Aaron Boone has a chance to match up better than he did as of yesterday when we get both of these guys here on property. So I know Garcia is there against the righty tonight. And obviously, Ramos is going to be playing extensively during August against righties and lefties regardless. But given the injuries that we have, but obviously his strength is against the left-handed side. When we face those, Boone will have a choice to deploy it. So
slugs. Love that when he says that. Guys can really slug. This is about the Adley Rutschman and how they were in conversations. And then the Red Sox came in and paid the tax willingly to bring in the 3-time All-Star catcher.
We grinded through the market of catching. First, we do believe that we have quality catching, but obviously the offensive side, which has been a struggle for our team overall, not just at the catching position, made us certainly shop in that aisle. But it was a very thin market of opportunity. We had many conversations with Baltimore as well, but were unable to, obviously meet the price. So they did their business elsewhere, and we kept grinding through it. But ultimately, in the end of the day, there was no opportunity that existed, for us that we felt good enough about to be able to push through on. And there was very limited opportunities that were available in the marketplace regardless. So I think that's probably why, Baltimore is going to do well regardless if they made the decision to move Adley, because he's a high-end player and they did well. But yeah, we had conversations with him, but to no avail.
Clearly he's saying, I was not paying that price. They just weren't willing to give up what the Red Sox gave up, which is out of the 4 prospects they gave, 3 of them are their top 5 prospects. The Yankees didn't want to do that. Anthony in New Jersey is not happy with Cashman. I am not surprised. Anthony.
Hey, what's up, guys? I don't know. This was the year that I think the Yankees needed to be the Yankees. I feel upset for Judge. I think out of respect for him, and how many more years is he going to be Judge? And when are we going to see another Judge? That they should have gone all in for him, for nothing else. And it's been forever. I don't know. It's always just so, just not enough. I don't know.
It's frustrating.
I don't know.
Anthony,
it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I think they're saying something about Judge and what he's going to be, and they don't know. This injury is definitely a mysterious injury. They didn't know what it was to begin with. Then when they found out what it was, there was this, how do you deal with it? Well, rest. Can't do anything. So you do nothing for 3 months. And now that we don't know, the updates are, we got to still wait a couple more weeks and a couple more weeks. Let it heal. They got to keep letting it heal. Okay, great. But when he comes back, what is he going to be by the time the playoffs begin? He's not going to have a long runway to get ready for the postseason. So I think that's how they looked at it. And then all the uncertainty going into this offseason about what's coming on the other side of collective bargaining and what kind of system are they going to be operating under. I think it just put them in a freeze and made them feel like we are not a team that is like Boston, which is on an absolute heater. And they feel like, you know what, we should strike while it's hot. That's why I think they did what they did, right? What'd you say?
I can feel it all the way down in my plum.
Yeah. Well, Hunter, if you've been playing this way for now a month straight.
Longer than that.
6 weeks already?
Yeah.
Yeah, why would you not? This is when you go for it.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're not sure if there's a season next year.
Right.
And everything's clicking for us.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, the Yankees are trending the wrong way.
Yeah.
So, and they're not going for it.
And we don't take the race seriously. And the rest of the American League, come on. Who are you afraid of? So I think that's how they look at it. So they are in a different place because of it. Nick in Woodbridge. Nick, not happy.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. So, yeah, I mean, the initial reaction is to not be happy, but I'm trying to be more optimistic as I'm sitting in traffic and I'm on hold. And I started thinking about what they did in 2025 at the deadline, and it actually made me feel a little bit better because they had a massive deadline last year.
Yes.
And of the guys they brought in, I mean, maybe one of them, David Bednar, ended up being something. I mean, nobody seems to be happy with Ryan McMahon. Duvall got traded. Jake Bird got traded.
Yeah, Bird, Duvall.
Listen. So, listen, I still, it's indefensible to me that we're going to be rolling out Austin Wells the rest of the way.
Yeah.
That's a mistake and that's a miss. I agree they shouldn't have paid the price that the Orioles wanted for Rushman, but I was hearing Ryan Jeffers pass and said that was pretty much a sure thing.
Yeah.
And then that disappeared overnight.
Right.
So, listen, I think it says more about the Judge injury than anything else. I think Cashman's telling you what – he's not going to say it, but I think you're reading between the lines that this may be more serious. And or they truly believe the AL is this bad, they can still make a run. So we'll see you guys, but thanks for taking the call.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah, I mean, Peter,
starting to not believe that, though.
What do you mean? Not believe
the Red Sox are starting to play too well that they could make a move like Rushman, and the Yankees believe we don't do anything, we'll still beat the Red Sox. That starts to feel like, do you really think that?
Again, like just to put a bow on the day, I just feel like there's two ways that you have to see it. And trust me, I'm of the old school of you've got to be the Yankees. You got to play like the Yankees. You've got to act like the Yankees. That's who you are. But they don't do that anymore. I've got to get over it. So when I'm trying to be reasonable, it's the two things you're looking at. The first thing you're looking at is the variable of Judge. And so if we don't have him, it doesn't matter what we are. He's the linchpin to everything offensively. We have starting pitching that can make us competitive. And if we are fully healthy, between our starting pitching and our lineup, when it's healthy, we don't need to make major additions. We can still be really competitive. That's what they feel like. But because Judge is the variable, you can't guarantee that they're going to be that fully operational Death Star. I think that's part of the problem. It's nothing that a Yankee fan wants to hear. It's not anything that you want to even think about. You want to know that your team did everything it could and went all in. The fact that Cashman said catching the right-handed catcher is an obvious area of need and they were going to target it, and then they came in with no one, that kind of shows you that they weren't prepared. But we will be tomorrow.
That was hard.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations.